as well, which Macca alluded to before the game, that they like to use their space and the bigger grounds, Clarence. So, yeah, good setup, good mark and good kick, allowed for that little bit of bruise that the guys spoke about. Went from left to right, so good start to him and the Clarence Football Club.
We'll get to Dave Moore later on. He's just popped out of the box. I've heard some amazing things may be happening, Max. I want you to tell me the truth about this later on. We might wait till the last quarter if the game's going a little bit wayward. But our skipper, I'm hearing big things. He's got a new haircut. He's got new threads. The skipper, Dave Moore. We're going to have to wait and see. Free kick here to Clarence. The ruckman in green. Hit up. Good lead. Clarence. Corey Lovell being good early. Lovell. Another inside 50. Garland the target. Ball goes over the back. Here's Leaf Lang. The Tassie Devil. Found himself out of that side the last few weeks. Of course, the Tassie Devils play tomorrow. Good mark. Theo Ives. Theo Ives chips inboard. Finds Will Harper. Another youngster. Will Harper. Left foot. Good lead here. This is the new boy that I haven't seen much of. Big Harry Hobbs. Gives it over the top. Inside 50. Good near intercept mark there, but James Bealey. Sulzberger with the pressure. Coming through, hitting the pack hard. Both players, Willman Shandon there as well. Pearce. So Pearce will be relied upon today to be a goal kicker, Max.
He will. Missed him for a couple of weeks when he had that suspension with the umpire dissent when the ball hit the post but didn't hit the post.
This is my last venture here. Hit out. Oh, clash of heads. Clarence, get the clearance. Shandon looks to have ducked. Umpire says play on. There's not much of him. I don't think he ducked. I think he just went under it like a limbo stick. Did Will Shandon. The outstretched hand. I don't think he ducked, Max. There's not much of the young wee man.
No, there's not much, as you guys would know, with a bit of school footy involved him. But he's I'm not the tallest of player, but I look down on. I'm not the tallest, but I do look down on him as well.
Hit out Clarence, but goes towards the boundary line through green. Fossil, you right?
Yes, just a few issues there.
Got a jumper on today. Got a new haircut. Is there something been in the pipeline?
No.
I'll tell you what, we're going to get the answer here later on. Boundary throw in.
Boundary throw in.
A little bit shallow. You just be quiet, Foz. I'll get to you in a moment. Just worry about what's going on. You're still playing around with your control knobs here. All right. So I think you're settled. Hawthorn have got away to a good start down at Bellreeve with a fair breeze.
We'll keep up to date with the scores today.
4 goals straight.
Harrison Hobbs kicks towards full forward. Bennett hands off to Griffiths. Little kick for goal. It'll bounce through. I think it will. Nice goal, Harvey Griffiths. Late inclusion. Good work there from Hobbs as well. And North Launceston get the answering goal. 4.5 minutes in. 1 goal straight, 6 apiece here at UTAS Stadium.
So I'll hand it over to him, and the Golden Voice gets the first goal for North Launceston, Max.
He did, and a very creative goal as well. Nice hands by Tommy Bennett, and Griggs on the outside of his right boot just managed to turn it.
Harvey Griffiths, yeah.
Griffiths, sorry, yep.
Good stoppage win there for North Launceston. Yep. Boundary, they don't like those, the opposition coaches. The stoppage is in that forward 50.
Well, fast start here. We saw a magnificent start here between North Launceston and the Tigers and that dramatic finish a few weeks ago. We had 7 goals in about 9 minutes on that occasion. So ball up again. Lee wins the hit out. Hands off though. It's sharked there by Green, the ruckman. We've got a free kick. It's going to come back to James Holmes for Clarence. Holmes kicks towards half forward. Looking there for Paprotny. Off hands it was Declan Chugg. Couldn't take possession. It's out of bounds.
Free kick, I think, Fossil.
Yeah, too high on Chugg.
Comes back to Chugg. Thinks about the 45 kick. Now settles. Make out his mind. Now he goes down the line with a low kick. Not a great one. Should be chopped off. Mark not taken. Hits the deck. Trying to take it with him was Bennett. Couldn't do so. Comes it now towards Keegan Wiley. Having a great season. It's at your teammate who's dispossessed. Held without it. He was.
Yeah, opposite the other umpire saw that one.
Might be Borsboom over there. So Borsboom kicks up the line. Over the back. Mitchell's there. He can't pick it up. He paddles it along. Ends up out of bounds. On the railway wing, slightly in attack for Clarence.
Other TSL games, early start down at KG5, and it's North Hobart 8-6-54, Glenorchy 2-4-16.
Boundary throw in. High boundary throw in. Ruckman get there. Lee wins the tap. Tries to find Sulzberg. He picks it up now. Releases the handball. Shark there though by Baxter Norton. And it's out of play. So it's a quiet passage of play here. 7 minutes in. A goal apiece. Front position Lee. Gets the tap. Gets it towards man Shandon. Taken though by the Roos. Player tackled. Another ball up. Macro, my hand over to you. Not much happening over there at the moment.
All right, get the binoculars up. It's on the other side of the ground. You mentioned massive game today. Clarence sit third on the ladder. North Launceston been away for a couple of weeks. I didn't realise they'd slipped down to fifth. So you got a real battle there with Lauderdale, who take on Launceston today. Lauderdale have kicked the first goal. They're 1 goal straight. And Launceston are 2 behind. So massive game down there as well. Of course, Lauderdale beat Launceston down there earlier in the year, Foz. Am I correct in saying that?
Yep.
Norton, one of the premier on-ballers in the competition now, Baxter Norton. He's pre-Shaw. Gets it inboard. Green, I like the look of him as a mobile ruckman. He's all the way around the ground at the moment is Sam Green. He's undersized, but he's got good movement. He looks as though he might have pushed forward at this stage. So Alex Lee, we talk about blokes that have done the journey through this league. He's one of them. Keegan Ryan's up in the ruck now against him. Alex Lee palms the ball down. Sulzberger, hurried kick. Probably didn't need to be. Had a bit more time, and it's going to fall in the hands of the Clarence midfielder there. Can't quite get his number. He's that far away. It's going to be a free
Jack
kick.
Preshaw,
It's
I think it is,
50. It's Jack Preshaw. It's going to be a 50. So someone's in the protected zone. No, I think he's moved on the mark. That's the rule that kills you. You're 70 metres from goal, and all of a sudden you're going to come to within 20 now just because you had a little step on the mark.
Very costly, even though it's early on in the game, Macca. It's another one they've got to get back later.
I wish he'd turn around because I'm
Yeah, no. Just on the wrong angle for us. I think it's Oscar Paprotny,
No,
is it?
Paprotny, yep.
Yeah, Oscar Paprotny's going to have a shot for goal and kick it. Clarence's second. So Oscar Paprotny from the 50-metre free kick. And he kicks Clarence's second. So 2 goals straight. Leads North Launceston 1 goal straight. Not quite 10 minutes gone here on City Park Radio, 103.7, 96.5.
Oscar McGee tells me there's 3 inside 50s to 1 here for Clarence so far, so they've had most of it. Just that one entry for North Launceston for that goal.
That's right.
Blunston Arena, Macca?
Blunston Arena, Hawthorn 5-1-31, lead the Kangas 0-2-2.
There's another game this afternoon that might be getting away very soon as well.
That one, the Sydney game, yeah, yep. Sydney game. Intriguing, the AFL, especially with that draw last night. Sorry to mention it.
Clarence 2 goals straight 12. North Launceston 1 goal straight 6. Taken now by Lee. He kicks it towards half forward. Tom Bennett taps it. Here nicely to Pearce. Pearce over the top. His handball though is intercepted. Clarence defence working overtime. Holding the ball says the North Lonnie players, but it's going to be a ball up. 40 metres out from goal. 2 goals to 1 so far through the first 10 minutes. Up it goes. Lee with a thump. Out in towards Pearce. It clears him though. Taken in defence there by, that's Jack Preshaw. Is it Harry Fisher? I think it is. Harry Fisher was tackled to the ground, the number 34. So it'll be a ball up. Harry Fisher with the job there on Hobbs. Tapped out by Lee to space. He often does. Met by Swinton. Couldn't take it with him. He lays on it now. Another ball up. Umpires today, Ben Bannister, Casey Fellows and Caleb Burkery.
And the boundary?
Yes, the boundary today, Ollie Bennett and Mitchell Sheen. Not sure who the other one is.
It's please.
Taken here by Swinton.
Dom Shalira.
Is it?
Yes.
Comes out now to James Holmes, high tackle. Will win a free kick.
It's my boy.
40 metres out. It wasn't on the sheet. He's doubled up.
City Park Radio boy.
He
Look
might
at
have
him.
done the reserves as well.
Oh,
Holmes gets it to Swinton under pressure. Back to Holmes. Handball away towards Paprotny. He can't take it with him. Taps it pretty well though. Player tackled from behind there. Was Doran. He got it towards the wing. It'll be another ball up.
It's behind the ball there for Clarence is Baker Smith. Foz, a really good inclusion just before the clearance period closed. Went over, tried his hand at Williamstown. Things didn't work out in the VFL for him. just a really good size, really good defender. Came through the Devils, wasn't far off getting drafted, and yeah.
Here it comes now inside 50. Chance here and a mark to Allomes. Good movement of the footy by the Roos. Chain of handballs. Ball's boom involved, I think, there as well. And the long sleeves of Bryce Allomes, who kicked quite a number of goals, 6 I think in the grand final.
Really surprised.
Last year, D-League.
I didn't realise he was in the Clarence side today, Foz. I just took it that he was going to be in the Devils tomorrow. So he's been fully entrenched in the Devils over the last year and a half. Obviously going in a different direction for tomorrow, the under-18. Similar
shot to what Ollie Preshaw had earlier. For goal, Allomes. He sets it out to the right. He won't be happy with that. First behind of the day. 2-1-13 Clarence. North Launceston 1 goal straight 6.
He needs to kick that one. Bennett to Leaf Lang. Twists, turns, goes. Railway wing. Here's Bennett. Too good for Baker Smith on that occasion. Tom Bennett. Oh, that's a nice kick. It's a really good kick. Finds Will Harper. Harper looked inboard. It's going to go by hands. It's a slow handball. Here's Bales. Had a couple of good weeks. It's going to be cut off here by Clarence. They work the ball around through Green. Now back to Wiley. Good mark there over on the far wing by Baker Smith. So Baker Smith, we just mentioned him. Goes backwards. They're going to go around in this umbrella kicking formation. This could be cut off by Manshandon. He tries to get the hand in and he does. It's under pressure. Manshandon, he'll twist, he'll turn. He goes to Avent by hands. He can go over the top. Doesn't need to. Great goal. Good pressure, Manshandon. They tried to turn the ball over there and they did so. And Clarence, they tried to go back across the ground. The kick was just too slow. And Manshandon got a little hand on it and worked well. Found Avent. And Avent kicks North Launceston's second.
Smart kick by Avent too, because he knew he just had to get it over that defender to score the goal. And he did a little chip kick and judged it beautifully.
Yeah, if he panicked, he could have just speared it off to the left-hand side a bit. It was just a little golf chip over the top, and just you can't give enough accolades there to young Will Manshandon. Just gave the kicker enough space. You know, they call it the sprint space, where he just made the ground up easily, made the spoil against two opposition players, and was composed enough to keep on his feet too. So well done, young man.
Lee wins a tap to Avent. Of course, Macca, Clarence like to do that, don't they? Chip it across half back, set something up.
Well, they had it set up, and it was they just went a bit slow, I think. They're just a bit of hang time on the kick. You can see what they were trying to do. They had the players in that umbrella kicking formation where they sort of go in that shape and just couldn't do so. They're away now, Clarence, though. This is through Jarks Barwick. Good lead, good grab there by Allomes. So Allomes, hit up here, Garland, good lead. 1-2 bites of the cherry and takes it. Colin Garland.
That's a good matchup, isn't it?
Yeah, look, I was going to talk about Bryce Allomes. We played a lot of school football against him at St Patrick's College, and he always causes a lot of headaches. He's a hard matchup, Bryce Allomes, and he's causing a few headaches for North Launceston at this stage. So here's Garland. Goes on the left. There's the fire alarm. Just add something to the day. This is not going to go far, though. And the kick, Jarks Barwick. Goal for Barwick. The flowing locks of Jarks Barwick. Kicks the goal for Clarence, and it's goals galore here at the moment. Clarence 3-1-19. North Launceston 2 straight 12. As the alarm goes off, someone's burnt the stakes downstairs, Max Walker.
They have lights flashing, alarms on, and not quite sure where we go from here. Do we keep calling, Dave? Or?
Well,
until the captain.
Until we get an announcement. Robert Saunders is on duty today, so big fella. So we'll see if he puts an announcement over. But at the moment, we'll keep playing.
Looks like the crowd's evacuated.
It has indeed.
Another goal to the Hawks, 6-1-37.
Gee, that's one-sided down there at the moment. TSL, Macca, you got a couple of quick scores there?
Yeah, look, pretty early days down at Lauderdale. They're 7, Launceston 8.
Back in attack again, Keegan Ryan. Straight on the chest there of Garland. Takes the mark.
In fact, it's 7-1 Hawthorn. 7-1, 43 lead by 40 points.
Garland goes short. That's poor checking from the Northern Bombers. So mark taken inside 50.
Baxter Norton.
Baxter Norton's got it. The number 5, he's drifted forward. And man on the mark, slight angle, 35 out. So Garland, Allomes, Ollie Preshaw, Lively inside 50. Already had 6 marks inside 50 Clarence through the first 16 minutes. Then comes Baxter Norton. Distance shouldn't be a problem. Accuracy is. Pushes it to the right. 3-2-20 Clarence. North Launceston 2 goals straight 12. 10 points is the margin. Fletcher Bennett goes short. Finds Leaf Lang in the back pocket. Beckons players towards him. Chips it over the top here looking for Ives. Better judgment though, it's Green. He kicks inside 50 low. Looks for a target. No one can take it. Chug's got it. Quick kick forward is marked by Alones.
Yep.
The danger man has marked 20 metres out slide angle. Quite see who got the quick kick forward then, but it was smart work. And Alones took the 20-metre kick on his chest and will line up now for Clarence's 4th.
Max, I've seen a lot of Connor Leaflang at school too. He hasn't played that much footy, as a junior, but I don't know whether he's the one you want to be kicking the ball as the secondary kick out of the back line. If he's going to kick it, he just needs to go long and not try and hit someone up.
Alones for Clarence's 4th. He makes no mistake this time as Bryce Alones. He has kicked it. 4-2-26 Clarence. North Launceston 2 goals straight 12. Margin out to 14 points. Max Walker.
Yeah, thanks, Dave. And it's just a good example there of, as a backman, having to always play in front, because he'd peeled off a little bit thinking the ball's 30 metres away, I'll try and get to the line. But it was just that scrubby old kick and hit Bryce Alones on the chest, and it was an easy mark and an easy goal in the end. I think the North defence has just got to try and be a bit tighter, maybe push one of the wingmen back to fill that hole a little bit, because at the moment it's all one-way traffic for Clarence.
Peter Ryan down on the bench. Should be happy with this first quarter. The Clarence ex-coach, who's ex-Glenorchy player, comes towards half-back now. Handball out of Green. Green kicks towards half-forward and spots up a teammate there, and that's Harper. Kick short. Finds his teammate there in Karen Howlett. He's inside 50, another lead up, another mark. This time it's Colin Garland, who's taken 3 marks inside 50 in the first quarter, Max.
Done really, really well, Dave, and giving them a huge target to choose from. And it's not just him as well. We've got Barwicks has chipped in with 1 goal, and looks like Garland's going to have a shot from here.
No, he goes short here. It's not going to come off. It's going to fall in the lap of Leaflang, who takes a mark. Macro's hand over to you. That's 8 marks inside 50 for Clarence in the first quarter.
Yeah, they're dominant there at the moment. Game's on their terms. They put pressure on here. Leaflang's tucked away. He's had to do the pressure kick. It goes long. Baker Smith with the punch. Comes down the front to Clarence there through Keegan Ryan. And it is built on pressure at the moment, Clarence. Remember at the start of the year, boys, we had to do our final fours and what we thought, and I don't think any of us really had Clarence in the top 4, knowing who they'd lost, and there was a lot of youngsters, but geez, they've done well to be pushing into that top 3. Here's a free kick. Is that alarm still going off? So it's starting to get real annoying at the moment, but we're all still here. Going to be a free kick to Holmes. Don't know what that one was for in that ruck duel. Maybe holding off the ball because he wasn't really anywhere near it. Quarter time at Bellerive, and Hawthorn dominant 8 goals to none, going down towards the river end at Bellerive.
Launceston 8, Lauderdale 7, early days at Skybus Oval.
Yeah. Notice the Oval down there got a fair bit of questioning this week. Holmes wheels and goes and tries to punch it in. It's pretty good. It's really good. It's a goal to James Holmes. Well, he didn't hit it very well. It went low, and he just got a couple of yards, and it went through.
Well, I think he did hit it well. He just stabbed it and punched it, didn't he? I think he knew what he was doing, and they're certainly sharing the goals around. That's 5 individual goal kickers for their 5 thus far, Macca.
That's the one.
You mentioned Clarence before this season, Macca. I mean, I think they benefited a lot from winning that D-League premiership last year. A lot of younger players played well, got confidence,
and
stepped up this year.
And just a couple of those players like Wiley and we mentioned before Harper. Some of those blokes a bit more that age, and Baxter Norton's, as I mentioned early on, one of the premier on-ballers in the competition after coming over from North Hobart.
Yep.
They've got a really good mix. They've got good skills, and they look pretty fit as well to Clarence.
Lee wins the hit out towards Bales. Secondary hit out from Lee. A lot of players surrounding the contest, and Macca's right, that fire alarm does get a bit annoying after a while. So hopefully the fire brigade arrives soon and turn it off.
There's
you hear the sirens, yes. The fire brigade arriving on cue. Karen Howard in there, he can't work it out. Harper's in there, that's Will Harper. We've got another ball up, been playing 21 and a half minutes. here in this first quarter. Fast start to Clarence. A long way to go in this game. Taken by Lee. Semi-smothered kick towards Jackie Avent. Picked up by Karen Howlett. Now it comes out. Handball forward there by Jack Preshaw. Ends up now with Bealey. His handball goes towards Harper, back to Keegan Ryan. They're working it out now to Swinton. Swinton, big switch over here looking for Liam Howard. Now he can move it. Spots up the kick nicely to Paprotny. Paprotny has another target. Defensive side of the wing, Sam Green. The Benny Brown lookalike. He gets around, not great work there by Green. Simpson did well to get the smother in, and he forces the boundary throwing.
Geez, Max, they moved the ball well there, but just couldn't get the ball over because they were on again to Jarks Barwick. You pointed to me.
They just had that +1 every time they had it for the next delivery, didn't they?
And hard running too.
Yeah.
Hard running from the far wing to the near wing.
Was shut down very well by a guy who hadn't played a lot of footy this year in Ben Simpson.
Yeah, good experience. Ball comes down the front. Go by hand here. Quick kick through Keegan Ryan. It falls to Barwick. Been dangerous. Tried to be tapped on there was Doran. Fletcher Bennett intercepts through Ahern now. Well, it's got to be good to Manshannon. It's not. It's picked up by Keegan Wiley. It's not a bad kick if you can get on the end of it here in Bryce Alomes. He can't. Bennett cuts it off. Oh, that's holding the footy to get his toe to it. No, he didn't. Ahern. And really good pressure. Play on now. Garland hits the post. Well, good signs though, isn't it, when someone like Colin Garland has the, wants to lay those tackles, because it'd be quite easy for him to sit in the square. Thank God that's finished. Everyone cheers. The loudest cheer of the day is for the fire alarm going off. Alex Lee takes the mark in front of Baker Smith. Colin Garland, how good's that? Like the veteran laying tackles. Just sends a real message, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah, learning to play well at the back here is Paprotny, the goal kicker. Not a great kick. Puts Howlett under pressure. Could be holding the footy here. Umpire Circle says no. Play on and give it to me now.
You talk about a great example, the experience from the veteran. Alex Lee has got a huge job today to just try and get the ball to his on-ballers and the runners of the North team to give them first use, to give them an opportunity.
Right on cue, Max, as he gets it to Event. He's going to kick it inside 50. From behind, it's Hobbs who'll fly. Takes a mark. Harrison Hobbs, the boy from Ballarat. He had his name written all over that and takes a big clunk. 25 out, slight angle.
Yeah, good size, isn't he? Number 56.
Former Greater Western Victorian Rebel.
Yeah.
There's another Hobbs playing with Essendon at the moment from Western Victoria. Not sure if they're any relation. He's more from the Horsham way. Harrison Hobbs comes in towards goal. Keeps it low, but it's going to go through the middle. Goal, much needed one to Harrison Hobbs. North Launceston's third. 3 goals straight, 18. Clarence 5-3-33. And that's inside 50s. Oscar McGee. That's only, I think, their second for the day, just about. They haven't had too many at all.
Good work, Oscar, and good grab too, and a good finish. Didn't look all that comfortable kicking it, but caressed it through, and as our viewers will see on the live stream, just went through the big post, slightly to the left of the middle of the goal, and umpire put the 2 fingers up for all clear.
My mistake there. That's their 5th inside 50, but they've scored those 3 goals out of those 3 entries, so they look dangerous when they get it down there, but Clarence have had most of possession so far today. Matthew McGee for Sea Park Radio Sport.
Alex Lee, Green. Lee gets it down to himself. Tackled, good. Manshannon in the midfield. He's clever. Gives it to Avent. He arches the back to Jackie Avent. Here's Hobbs again, but coming off his opponent there. And spawning where was Keegan Wiley. They're away now, Clarence. And that was nearly a back-to-back goal. Jonty Doran takes it left footer. Up the wing. Jarks Barwick, like the look of him today. He's got the long sleeves. He's got the flowing locks. Mark Zanotti type back in the Fitzroy days. Barrels in, comes out, good handball, Keegan Ryan. Well done, Oscar Paprotny. Can't see it, Foz, it's behind that.
Got it, Lockie Mitchell's got it, handball over the top, towards Leaf Lang. Stays in play, and now it's out.
Yeah.
Off the foot there of Jackie Avent. 15-point margin.
Fozzie moves us into this bigger room and it just cuts the angle off here. I cannot see a thing.
Only in that little part of the ground.
Oh, only in that little part of the ground.
1% of the ground, mate.
Yeah,
Come
that's
on.
it. Ball up. Just look down, Max. Fozzie's got new wheels as well. He's got new sneakers, new threads. I'll tell you what, something's going on. I can smell something's cooking.
Holiday shopping, Macca, that's all it is.
Holiday shop.
Holiday shopping, yep. Only time I get a chance to buy clothes.
So busy during the week.
Absolutely.
Boundary throw in. Not much happening here. Good to be back. Alex Lee. Avent. Good hands. Salisbury just got to go left foot. Does so on his preferred. Hit up. Theo Ives. Now they've got Pearce on. He's got his opponent. Kick sort of has to stop and lead. It might be a free kick. It is. So James Bealey. The kick just made Pearce have to stop and prop. And Bealey, just like that motor car that sort of runs up the back of someone, did so to Pearce. And Pearce is going to take the free kick. Probably need to kick from 50 or a little bit inside, Max.
Yeah, look, I don't think the distance will worry him. He's probably, the North Launceston coach's box to be happy he got that kick because it was a 50-50. I didn't think there was much in it.
Pearce, top of the square. Bennett's going to set. Tommy Bennett. No, taking it to front. Baker Smith. Good mark in front of Bennett. I saw him come from 3 back. Baker Smith, good intercept. And that's quarter time. Entertaining quarter. Clarence, 5-3-33, lead North Launceston 3 straight 18. So 8 goals kicked for the quarter. That nearly went 28 minutes. The goal kickers for Clarence, all singles. Holmes, Barwick, Paprotny, Oliver Preshaw and Alomes. And for North Launceston, it was 1 to Avent, 1 to Griffiths. And tell me the other one. Hobbs kicked one as well. The man down the bottom kicked that last one.
Max, your thoughts?
Entertaining. 8 goals per quarter. If we could keep that up all game, it'd be a great outcome. And the opportunities that Clarence made, they made them all for themselves by running and carrying the ball. A couple of times North Launceston were good enough to shut them down, but like Macca said earlier in the game, when they spread the ball and they get that overlap run, and they look really, really impressive. Their forwards are working extremely hard to keep the ball in there, and we saw that on a couple of occasions when they've closed down the North Launceston defenders when they're trying to get the ball out. For North Launceston, Alex Lee's been fantastic, giving them every opportunity out of the ruck to do something with the ball. Jackie Avent got busy there in the second half of that quarter. Tom Bennett, understand that they don't have the luxury of being able to play him deep in the forward line because he needs to come up the ground so far at the moment and present to be a target. But I just love them to have that extra person across half forward somewhere who's got the strength and experience to be able to grab the ball and get it in deep, like we've seen with the Clarence team so far. You know, they've got Garland leading out, but then when he gets it, you know, he's got the Preshaws and the Alomeses and all that deep in the forward line to kick it to, which is where they've got a huge advantage at the moment over the North Launceston.
Before we go for a break, Macca, quickly, you got the stats there from Oscar McGee.
Yeah, the stats for Oscar. The Groobs at home at the moment. Shout out to Groobs. North Launceston dominant in the ruck as we'd expect. 17-5 the hit outs. The clearances North Launceston 6-2. Inside 50s North Launceston 7, Clarence 9. And inside 50 marks. Now this is the one that's really the telltale. Max mentioned it before. 8-1 Clarence's way. And Clarence having the better of the umpires, 7 free kicks to 2.
Quarter time here at UTAS Stadium. It's Clarence 5-3-33 to North Launceston, 3 goals straight 18. We'll take a break. Get back here in a moment for the second quarter of play. Welcome back here to UTAS Stadium. It's quarter time. It's North Launceston 3 goals straight, 18. Clarence 5-3, 33. At the moment, we've got the boys down there at the huddles, Rob Soward and Tony Webb. So we'll hear from them in a minute or two. Let's go around the grounds a bit here. Boys, what do you got in the AFL, Macca?
Hawthorn 8-3-51, lead North Melbourne 0-4-4 with Mitch Lewis about to line up. His 50th game, Mitch Lewis.
TSL, it's 9-6-60 the Demons. Glenorchy 3-5-23. That's halfway through the third quarter. And not sure what's happening at Lauderdale, but it looks like the app's working because it's saying second quarter. So quarter time there, very low scoring first quarter. Of course, Macca mentioned the heaviness of the ground there. And it's only a 1 point lead to Launceston, 1-3-9 to Lauderdale, 1-2-8. Goals there to Jake Hines and Bryce Walsh.
What did you think of that decision, Foz? Like, Lauderdale were well and truly expecting to not get a home game today. They're expecting to move to either North Hobart or down to Kingston, and they've given them the tick off, and they weren't really expecting it. I find it bizarre that they've ended up deciding to play there.
It's hard because I haven't actually seen the ground except for a few photographs and some muddy bits.
But even when Lauderdale came out and said, look, we know it was not great, I found that interesting. The score's correct.
Anyway, so it's an interesting one. I mean, you see a lot of people online, people of my vintage saying, the grounds we played back in our days and that sort of thing.
I don't see them online. I hear them from you.
Yeah, okay.
I hear it from you, Dave Moore. You love those days. Mitchy Lewis kicks the goal. Hawthorn are definitely away, 9-3-57.
What's scoring the other game, Macca? I think it's Sydney versus Adelaide.
So it's Sydney 63, leading Adelaide about 15. I think they just took it off the screen.
That's right. So that's a
big
margin
looking good,
there.
Sydney Swans, aren't they?
Yep.
63-15, that one.
So
right.
Tony has just broken loose there from the Clarence huddle. Peter Ryan addressing the players there. What did he have to say at quarter time, Tony?
He was pretty calm and collected when he got the whole group together. He was actually pretty pleased with the way that quarter went. He felt they didn't really take full advantage of the chances they had. A couple of the decision making was a little bit poor, particularly sort of half forward onwards. Going to shorter options out wide instead of going goal side. He wants them to be a bit more direct, and he wants the forwards to lead up a bit. He also wants the defence to tighten up a bit. He felt they were a little bit loose a couple of times. Looked good on occasion, but he just feels that they're controlling the play a bit and should take more advantage of it rather than the 2-goal lead they have.
And Rob was at North Launceston.
Just wanted to say great bravery too, guys. Grandstand on fire, and you kept calling the game. Terrific. Just great bravery. The Flames, you'd see them, I reckon, from Lilydale. But anyway, more serious stuff. A couple of things from the Bombers. More control of the footy with the on-ball division, just using the ball a little bit better. But they've asked their defence to be a lot harder at it, make a lot more pressure on those Clarence forwards that are looking very, very dangerous at the moment. So they're the two big takeaways from the Bombers huddle, guys.
Thanks, boys. Any injury concerns down there at all?
All clear for the Bombers. I'll check with Tone with Clarence.
Sam Green came off for a little bit in that quarter, just a little bit winded. He's back okay now. And Clarence have a theory about the fire. They think there's a bit too much steam in the showers. That happened last time. We set off the fire alarm then.
Okay, there you go. All right, second quarter action here. Thanks to our sponsor, Elgas, for your LPG needs. Talk to the locals with knowledge. Phone 131 161. Here's Matthew McGee.
Clear hit out by Alex Lee, but only went as far as the halfback for Clarence. Holmes taking in the tackle. Could have tapped it out, umpire, but says no, that's mine. North Melbourne to kick their first goal through Jason Horn-Francis. So they're now 1-4-10, trailing Hawks 9-3-57. North Launceston turnover. Not going far through Jared Harper. Turnover again out. Jackie Avent. Hit up Hobbs. Couldn't quite get 2 mitts to it. Clarence defence. Working hard at the top of the 50. Umpire circles. And that's it there. So North Launceston need to respond.
Just noticed with Alex Lee, just seems to be trying to hit the ball clear of the pack at the moment. He's just not palming it. He hasn't got the Cox Goodger at his feet. No. Just trying to break the packs open a little bit, I think, with his ruck work.
Got his own ball there, inside 50, Alex Lee. And I think you're on to something there. Jared Harper. Taken down. Lee Flang, awkward, out of bounds. Sort of went a half punch, half grab. Did Connor Lee Flang. Yeah, so look, trying to get it on the outside. Like even someone like Jackie Avent's probably playing more outside. Simpson, we know what a great clearance player he is, but he's playing more outside today. So it could be a real tactic. Let's see what happens here. Green, Lee just gets rid of him. But it was smothered by Green when Lee tried to get his foot to it. It's going to be another ball up, I believe, right on the far centre wing. So not much happening down at Lauderdale. In fact, they've kicked a goal, Lauderdale, so they lead by a goal, 14-8. Ball up inside the boundary. Ball spoon, tackled. Max says holding the footy. Umpire didn't agree. Leaf Lang flies 1-2 bite of the cherry. Good intercept mark, Connor Leaf Lang. That's what he can do. Hit up Simpson. Great to have him back in the TSL footy. One of the great on-ballers. Won premierships as a youngster. Multiple premierships, Manchandon. Taken, can't get it through Baxter Norton. Now Manchandon's got to put the pressure on. Outside they run and go through Luke Swinton. Going to be downfield against Manchandon. And it's going to be another kick at goal.
Bit of frustration, I think, there. Wasn't Manchandon, but the other North Launceston bloke here got blocked by Allones.
Okay.
Clearly didn't have his eyes on the ball, was it?
Yeah.
And I think Manchandon was at his feet when that happened, and I think that was just a bit of frustration.
Well,
frustration doesn't count because it's free kick against you and giving the opposition.
That's right. So it's going to be Oliver Preshaw. He's already kicked one. 18 goals for the season now. Second most for Clarence. He's a good size. He kicks it really well. It's another goal. So Oliver Preshaw gets his second. And Clarence get the one that they wanted to go away now to a 21-point lead early in the second quarter. You listen to City Park Radio 103.7, 96.5. The captain Dave Moore and the expert commentator Maxie Walker joining me here in the box today. And of course Oscar McGee on debut on the stats.
And Maxie, he kicked the first goal of the game, and now he's kicked the first goal of the second quarter. I really like his approach to goal there. Very methodical and a beautiful kick.
It is. Guides the ball down onto his boot well and doesn't deviate, just runs straight at the goals, which is good to see. You say so many young blokes either stutter or go in a bit of an arc or whatever. He's very old school with his method. Just head over the ball and running in a straight line. Margin
out at 21 points here at UTAS Stadium. Event gets it, knocks it. Now Lee standing, torpedo inside 50 to Hobbs. Oh, he got too far under it. The young man, he did everything right, but he just went too far, misjudged it. And marked in defence there, I think it's Wiley. He goes up here towards the wing, trying to spot up Lovell. He can't take it. Player mid in the tackle there, might have been high.
Yep.
North Launceston player. So identify him as he gets up. Declan Shug, I think it is. Yes, indeed.
Was the margin down at Clarence the other week when Launceston went down there? Can you remind me? It wasn't a real lot in it, was there?
No, it wasn't a whole heap in it.
Look it up.
They also pushed them at Windsor Park.
Yeah, no, I like the way they play and I like their line-up, Clarence. I think...
Here's Griffiths now for goal for his second. Just off to the right, one behind. That's their first behind North Launceston. 3-1-19, 6-3-39. Continue, Macca.
Yeah, I think they could cause some issues on a fast track like this here.
Yep, and of course...
Bell Reeve, of course.
Jack Callanan, Mitchell Owen. I'm trying to think of the Devils players there they might get back as well.
Yeah, well, they just add, don't they? Of course, yep. Launceston got a couple of themselves. But, yeah, Launceston pride themselves on that inside bulls, you know, like your Joby Harpers and the like, Jake Smith.
Declan
inside.
Sorry, Macca gets it to Harvey Griffiths.
Fletcher Seymour's the main thing, you know.
Comes out of Theo Ives. He handballs it off here. Looking for Simpson. He gets a push in the back.
You just need the backline match-up to match a Launceston, don't you? They're potent forward line. And they've got some pretty solid defenders, Clarence. I'll be really looking forward to it if they do meet in the finals.
Simpson. He's got the free kick. Man on the mark's about 45 out, hard up against the boundary line in front of the scoreboard. There's the North Launceston this term kick to the Invermaid Park end. There's a game there today, Old Launcestonians and East Coast.
Second goal to North Melbourne. I think it went 67 metres with the wind. Curtis Taylor kicks their second.
Breeze there, so
definitely a breeze. 2-4-16, North Melbourne trail, Hawthorn 9-3-57.
Simpson for North Launceston's fourth. He tries to get distance, but it fades out to the right. One behind. 3-2-20 North Launceston. Clarence 6-3-39. Playing on from fullback. That's Keegan Wiley. He goes long. Finding a target there, and Garland who's drifted up. Picks it up now. Gets tackled over the boundary line. Boundary throw in.
It is one of the reasons the AFL don't like playing games at Bell Reeve, to be honest, while they're pushing for a new stadium. The wind is a factor at Bell Reeve more often than not.
I'll never forget the North Melbourne West Coast game I went to where the war went backwards.
There you go, Foz. When you used to attend the AFL games, of course.
Yes.
Before you put up a protest. Here's Green. Handballs over the top. They're looking good here at the moment. Norton turns, left foot silk.
Nice kick.
Good kick. Finds Garland. Outside 50 though, Garland. He's got Barwicks. He's got Alomes. Alomes will float. He's got the spot. Bryce Alomes punches it down now. At the bottom of the pack, spinning is Brendan Hay. Holding the footy, Brendan Hay. Well done, Connor Leaflang. So Connor Leaflang, he's been pretty good apart from just a couple of kicks. Here's another floater. Good mark. Tom Bennett looking for 50, not going to get it. So Tom Bennett.
This is what I mean. He's at half back trying to get his kicks.
Far side of the ground.
Through necessity.
Alex Lee's the target. And the ball goes over. Yeah, they just need that extra target or so, don't they?
Nathan Pearce seems to be playing the deep role. I mean, he's very good one-on-one when he gets those opportunities inside 50, but it's not getting up there.
Well, he's just good at keeping the ball in. He harasses and puts that forward pressure on. He's not going to take too many big standout marks.
Yeah, interesting. Theo Ives is someone who kicked a few goals this year, 14 in fact, which surprised me he kicked that many. Fletcher Bennett with what he does Bennett things. That's an intercept mark. Avent goes by hand to Simpson. This is where they're going to take it. There he is. He's inside 50 this time, Max. How's the endurance on him? He was half-back flank and he goes inside 50, Tom Bennett. And then lead up. His running power is amazing. Has been for many years.
I like that match-up with Baker Smith. That's going to be an interesting one today.
Takes a mark. He's going to kick from 50. This has probably been something he's struggled with across the years as Tom Bennett set shots. Let's see what he does. He approaches the 50 now. Leans back. Umpire doesn't move. Full faith in you, Tom Bennett. Good goal, and one that North Launceston desperately needed, Max Walker.
It was desperately needed. Like you said, Macca, it's their first for the quarter at the 8-minute mark, and a really good confidence kick from, who was it? It was Ben Simpson.
Yeah, good hit up.
Yep.
He's starting to work his way into the game, isn't he?
Yeah, he has.
Quiet start.
Yeah, I wouldn't like to think when he played last, it'll be a good 6 or 8, 9 weeks ago. And
it could be more, I reckon.
Yeah, possibly.
Round 2 or 3, I would say.
Time does fly, but all of a sudden he's get that quick handball received through the middle and a bullet-like pass to Bennett, and a great grab too under pressure from Baker Smith.
So 4-2-26 North Launceston. They trail Clarence 6-3-39. Just under 10 minutes gone. Lee commanding, hit out. As Max mentioned, he's trying to clear the area with that forward hit. But this one it's not going to work because they're going to go back the other way. Green gives it over the top to Preshaw. That's Jack. Out in front here now is Jared Harper. It goes too far. Like to see that kick go more direct. Foz, and he agrees. The man in the new threads, Dave Moore. Fresh.
Yep.
New haircut. He's had 2 weeks holiday. He's been in the garden. He's been shopping, looking for a sponsorship, men's clothing store. Anyone out there? Preferably Routley's. Foz said he likes top of the range.
Can't mention businesses on air, Macca.
Oh, sorry, we're looking for a sponsorship radio station. No, well, you would if they come with the cash, Foz. You won't mind it at all. Hey, City Park happy for any sponsors, to be totally honest, especially to pay your exorbitant salary over the years. Of course, all volunteer.
Joke, of course.
All volunteer, Foz, many hours. Still got to get to your week. Boundary throw in. The week that's been Dave Moore style. Leaf flang, no, can't get it out. Bales. He's had a few good weeks, boys, while I've been away. Harry Bales in the votes. And Shandon hit up.
Spent a week in the twos, Macca, while you were away.
Harry Bales.
Harry Bales.
You got votes the other week, didn't you? You got 2 votes, not from you, of course, but from the local media.
Yeah.
Local media. You got 100-odd ranking points, I saw. And then spent time in the twos.
I think he spent a week in the twos lately.
Unbelievable. Okay, Alex Lee gets through his opponent. Scrubs it forward. Baker Smith. Good matchup. Fozzie said his man Shandon. He burst through the pack looking for Hobbs. Had to be a little bit better kick because the big fella struggles to bend over. Big Hobbsy, the boy from Ballarat. And it's going to be a turnover and taken away. They do it pretty easily, Clarence. There's another turnover. Here's Sulzberger, puts the foot down. Finds his former St Pat's teammate in man Shandon. Blade Sulzberger, he's one that has to take more responsibility. And he's starting to do so, man Shandon. That's a terrible decision. And not a great kick because it's turned over again. Through Holmes. On the far side of the ground. Fozzle, help me out.
That's Oscar Paprotny over there.
Oscar Paprotny, will you take over?
All right, Paprotny has that. He kicks on the wing towards half forward. Contest. Front position nearly a mark. Taken there by Alones. Gets the handball away. Now Hay pursuing the ball. Might have been tackled without it. Play on, says the umpire. Isaac Newitt dives in. So does Will Harper. Now it comes out to Swinton, playmaker. Towards full forward. It might carry the contest. Off the ground, Alones. Second opportunity in danger. The Clarence crowd don't like it, but it was probably there. Put the boot in as Ankervis was trying to pick it up. Goes sideways now to Leaflang. Leaflang back pocket. Keeps it low. Nice to Dominic Hay. Gets back, kicks it. Lead up player is Newitt.
Yeah, there's the one. Was playing good footy a few weeks ago. Providing something different was Newitt. First mark he's taken today, Max.
Newitt goes short. Finds Harper.
It was, Macca, it was.
That's Will Harper. Well, Oscar played in the twos earlier. And almost a mark there to Lee. Good spoil from behind. And laying the tackle there now is Liam Howard. He did good work there against a player much taller.
You talk about Oscar Harper, Foz. He was on the Hawks social media yesterday. Actually had a kick-off against Luke Bruce from the pocket down at Bell Red. Bananas. And Luke Bruce just schooled him straight through the middle, Luke Bruce. Unbelievable.
Down his throw in. 13 points at the margin. Hasn't been a score for a while. Clarence leading. Contested ball. Bales in there. Gets tackled. Doesn't release. Ball up.
Launceston score a goal down at Lauderdale, so it's 15 Lauderdale, 14 Launceston.
Tight contest. They always seem to struggle down there a bit, the Blues. Up it goes. Ives wins the tap out. Gets it to Bales. Close quarters, though. He's tackled.
Of course, no Joby Harper for Launceston today. He's at work.
Inside 50s. So far, 7 to North Launceston, 3 to Clarence in this quarter. Keegan Ryan was in there, but Event gets it out now to Simpson, who's working his way back into the game. Up here towards Hobbs, who gets there and takes a great mark. Harrison Hobbs. That's a second big mark inside 50. He's misjudged a couple, but that time, that was a fantastic mark under pressure. His opponent there was Baker Smith.
Just used his body really well. Just waited to the last minute. Just gave Smith a little push in the side at the last minute and dived with the ball. It was good.
So, chance for their second goal in succession here for North Launceston. Harrison Hobbs, close to the man on the mark. Not a great kick, might not make the distance. Still in play. Chance here still for North Launceston. Liam Howard's got it. Gets it back to Wiley. Has to kick quickly towards the boundary line. That'll be deliberate, I reckon. Insufficient intent. No. Boundary throw in on those 50-50 ones. You listen to City Park Radio 103.7 and 96.5. Thanks to LGAS for your LPG needs statewide. Talk to the locals with knowledge. Phone 131 161. Here's Macca McGee.
And any other sponsors, please contact the station. Inside 50. Punch through there from Clarence. Bennett, got to go, does so. Keeps the ball at his feet. Clarence has got the numbers. By hand they go. Kicks out the side. Norton gets it beyond the 50. And it's a good mark, Clarence, there to Oliver Preshaw. They go faster, Clarence. They like to do this. They go up, 2-on-1. Leaf Lang stayed down, did well. Turns it over by hand, though, on the rebound. Jarks Barwick, too high. It's going to be a free kick, and it's going to go to Lockie Mitchell. Mitchell finds man Shandon. He's going to cross the ground and does so. Finds Charlie Skipper. First time we've called him today, the youngster. Skipper, good kick. They're combining here now, the youngsters. Harvey Griffiths. Inside 50, who's got the set? No one in particular. Comes down the front. And it's going to be a ball up inside 50 North Launceston. And you mentioned before, Clarence are probably still stuck on inside 50s for Oscar McGee.
Yeah, so 9-3.
Yeah, dominant inside 50s here, North Launceston on the back of Alex Lee, dominating the ruck. Twists and turns. Avent. Oh, they've got to be in front here. Harper. Twists and turns. If it gets the other side, they're away here, Clarence. They look to go. And they do so. This is an important ball. 1-on-1. Mitchell chopping of the arms. Clarence free kick to Green. There was just a difference in size there. It was an important ball. Oh, it's a good stretch. Clarence. Johnny Doran inside 50 on the left. Barwick busy again. The flowing locks of Barwick. Only goes as far as the North Launceston defender in Ives. To Bennett. To Leaf Lang. Look away handball. Simpson. Laid an egg. Now it's turned over. It could be a Clarence goal coming back the other way. It is. It's another goal to Preshaw. And he's got 3 opportunists on that occasion. And the ball just came out, and Preshaw kicks his third, Dave Moore.
10 out of 10 there to number 38, Brendan Hay,
Yeah.
who got it out of that contest and it worked it away towards Preshaw, who snapped the goal.
And it all started from just that chopping of the arms
Yep.
over here for Lockie, because they were out North Launceston.
That was such an important
It was
50-50.
2v1 there. Ball was loose on the ground. North were about to snavel it and get it deep into their forward line again, but it wasn't to be, because the umpire said, "You've chopped the arms, young man, and I'm going to give Clarence a kick." And again, just their fast ball movement to get it down the other end of the ground, and to put the North Launceston defenders under a lot of pressure. 20
goals for the season now for Ollie Preshaw, who's now in the ruck, giving Sam Green a rest. Tackle laid there by Keegan Ryan on his opponent. 7-3-45 Clarence. North Launceston 4-2-26. So it's been 2 goals apiece this quarter, but North have probably had more of the ball inside 50. There's no doubt about that. Blade Sulzberger's kick smothered, taken by Baxter Norton. Not a great handball. Is it straight up, but it's going to be a ball up right half forward now for North Launceston.
So with all the North Launceston dominance of ground, they've only kicked 1 goal for the quarter, and Clarence have kicked 2. They've actually extended their margin of the Roos.
There's a little kick forward, tries to find advantage. Leaf Lang fumbles, opens the door. Lovell kicks towards half forward. Garland kicks it out of mid-air towards goal. It's bouncing. It won't bounce towards goal. It's going off to the right. Declan Chugg will get there first and see it over the boundary line. And a smart play there from Garland, just getting it forward. But nobody was on the end of it on that occasion. So we're deep in attack now for Clarence. They haven't had any marks inside 50 in this quarter after having 8 in the first quarter. 18.5 minutes in. Boundary throw in. Garland gets the tap, only as far as Sulzberger, just hacks it out of the area. Lovell gets a fist on him, he might get the second grab. Swinton knocks it here towards Karen Howlett, but getting there first is Simpson. His kick ball, almost great mark there to Bealey. Couldn't take it on the second attempt. It's a 2-on-2 situation here. Picked up now nicely by Bennett. He's got the handball away to Will Harper. Now to Simpson, outlet and Leaf Lang. He will clear from half back.
Oh, he doesn't clear, Foz. He's caught in a tackle. He has to go backwards. It's lucky to get away with it. He goes back to Simpson, back to Leaf Lang. Now he kicks it. He kicks it high and up. Here it goes to Pearce at the back of the pack. North Launceston player there takes the ball. 1 bounce, 2 bounces. Foz, it's Dominic Hay. He hits the post. Well.
And Harvey Griggs standing in the goal square just saying, "Pop it over to me."
Harvey Griffiths.
Griffiths as
Yeah,
well.
not Harvey Griggs.
No, Harvey Griggs doesn't
The
move that
second
quick.
time he's done that.
Tell you what, Harvey Griggs has umpired a couple of our school games this year.
In fine form.
Oh,
He's fit.
He's still running, young Harvey.
Oh, he is.
No doubt he's a listener, so hello to Harvey Griggs.
Karen Howlett kicks it out of defence. Here once again a Leaf Lang who's been involved a lot today. It gets to Ollie Preshaw. Gets to the back to Avent. Gets tackled maybe without it. Play on. Stacks on. We haven't got to a score from Launceston for a while, Mac. I believe it might be half time.
Yeah, North Melbourne kicked a couple. Hawthorn kicked more.
Squarebus Oval.
They controlled the play. No, it's half time. The score's not up there at the Hawthorn game, Foz.
Get back to you in a minute as North Launceston are going forward.
No worries.
Another chance here. Falls at the front of the contest. Swinton, who he's met hard there by Griffiths. Free kick to Luke Swinton.
23 Lauderdale, 22 Launceston.
Tight there.
And
Demons
North
well
Hobart 69-32 to Glenorchy.
Luke Swinton, who won the medal last year in the D-League Grand Final. A fantastic game. He goes towards the wing. Spots up a good target there in Ollie Preshaw, who's been prominent today. 3 goals. He's at half back on this occasion though. Kicks up here and finds a teammate. He takes a nice mark there in his cousin there in Preshaw anyway. Goes short. Finds Doran.
Al Holmes has snuck on and no one's noticed him.
Holmes,
sorry.
Jonty Doran, not a bad kick inside 50, close to the boundary line. Garland, oh great mark, Colin Garland. He just held his opponent out, took it on the third grab. Now to Ollie Preshaw, who marks. Strong hands directly in front. Blade Sulzberger was there, but Ollie Preshaw, I'll tell you what, he's made ground there from half back. He's set up that movement, and he's ended up on the end of the pass from Garland. So great engine there from Ollie Preshaw. He's going to be lining up. He's going back a long way. This could be goal number 4 in the first half. They lead by 18 points. 7-3 to 4-3. Oliver Preshaw for goal number 4. Kicking to the town end of UTAS Stadium. In he comes. And he's kicked it. 4 goals to Ollie Preshaw. 8 to Clarence. 8-3-51. They lead North Launceston 4-3-27. We've been playing 22 minutes in the second quarter.
And again, it was just the quick and decisive ball movement of Clarence, where you got Garland marking that right on the edge of 50 out there. A bit of a one-hander. Good pressure by Nankervis, but just didn't have the strength to be able to hold him out. And Garland took that in one hand and then dropped it down to the other. And then just his awareness to get into the middle, into the corridor from 30 out. And it wasn't a slow kick. He played the ball. It was a fast play and just found Preshaw again, and that's 3 for the quarter.
He gets up the ground and gets lost coming back. Like, Leaflang's manned up on him at the moment, but Leaflang likes to get off himself. So if it is the match-up, I just don't know whether Leaflang's got the real defensive mindset to stay on him the whole time as he comes back. Here's North Launceston. They need something to go. And they might get it here through Avent. Free kick. Holding the footy. Finds Bennett. Once again outside 50. Running back towards goal. Cut off. Clarence.
Jared Harper, I think, Megan.
Yeah, Jared Harper. One of those players we mentioned. Those sort of just really stalwart players who just improves. Holmes. Inboard. Good work here, Wiley. Outside is Preshaw again. So he gets him up the ground. Should have taken the mark, didn't. He's going to turn. He's going to go for 5. Oh, good tackle, Lockie Mitchell. Got to spilled out the tackle, the umpire said. Preshaw's going to go again. Jeez, everyone agrees. And Dave Moore does as well.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know whether he actually dropped it because he got tackled or got knocked out in the tackle.
I think if you choose to step inside, which he did, he chose to step. You get tackled and the ball even flies out. Here's a little Colin Garland check side. Leaflang flies, can't take it. Bottom of the pack. Another one for Clarence. It is. We'll get the goal kicker for you, Clarence. Help me out, Fozzle.
Number 27, Corey Lovell.
Number 27, Corey Lovell. Good goal.
Great little snap, wasn't it?
Yes.
Again, it was just that panic ball to the top of the square. And quick hands by the Clarence player. I wasn't quite sure who that was.
Hey, I think.
Hey, but good quick hands out to the goal kicker in Corey Lovell, number 27, and that's his first for the day.
Yep, nice. They've got a lot of players contributing at the moment. It's Garland got that check side in, and it was actually Allomes who got the handball away to Lovell, who snapped a nice goal there for Clarence. So back in the middle, 25 minutes nearly gone. We've probably got 3 or 4 more to go. We had a fair few goals in this quarter, but it's now a game high, 5-goal margin. So danger signs here for North Launceston in this must-win game. Lee wins a tap, gets it to Sulzberger, gets it now. He's tackled straight away, has to release it. Still with North Launceston in possession. Quick kick forward by Lockie Mitchell, but good mark at half-back. Geez, I think it's Keegan Wiley. He's been fantastic as per usual today, leading the league in a lot of metrics this season as he kicks towards Allomes. Takes out in front of Mitchell. Allomes here looking for Jacques Barwick. He takes it. 2 kicks out from goal. He plays on. He's got some targets. He's got Preshaw. And he's not going to find him because it's a lovely mark in front there from Fletcher Bennett, who plays on straight away. Clears it to the outer side. And that looks like Harper who's taken the mark over there. Will Harper has a short option in Nankervis. They like to pinch a goal or 2 before half-time, North Launceston. After they dominated the first half of the quarter, Clarence have worked their way back on top. Now it's with Fletcher Bennett, deep inside, defensive 50. Spotting up there, Jack Avan, who let out the marks on the defensive side of the centre square. He goes sideways and finds Blade Sulzberger.
Well, you're 5 goals down. It'd be nice to try and sneak one, but they don't look intent at the moment, North Launceston. Playing keepings off. And it is just blown out to 5 goals, hasn't it? Even though North Launceston were dominating the inside 50s early. Get those for Oscar McGee in a moment, Foz.
Quite good, Keegan Wiley again.
Yeah, another inside, there was another intercept mark as North Launceston tried to go. Clarence, Jared Harper. Inside 50s, please, Dave Moore, is what I was after.
Sorry, it's 14 to North Launceston, 8 to Clarence. So
yeah, a lot of scores though, isn't it? It's been what's that? 4 goals from 8 entries. So just defensively, North Launceston struggling. Here's Green. Good lead, good mark inside centre square to Paprotny. Turns and goes to Jarks Barwick. Barwick plays fast. Good. Hit up. Good work here from Brendan Hay. So Brendan Hay. Garland's on the lead, narrow side. He goes that direction. Then Curvis tries to get rid of him. Shove of the arms, umpire Dave Moore said. Barwick. Alomes. Oh, they've fallen over. Alomes stays down. Norton. Could have got the kick away. Baxter Norton as he throws the ball into the North Launceston defender through frustration. And that's half time. It's 5 goals exactly the difference. Clarence are 9-3-57. They lead North Launceston 4-3-27. If we go to the goal kickers, it's all over Preshaw. He's kicked 4 singles to Holmes, Barwick, Paprotny, Bryce Alomes and Corey Lovell. And for North Launceston, all singles, Tom Bennett, Avent, Harvey Griffiths and Harrison Hobbs. And for that quarter, it was Clarence with 4 goals, 1. North Launceston kicked 1 goal, 3.
round the grounds in the TSL and getting close to the end of the game there at KG5. It's North Hobart 10-9-69, leading Glenorchy 4-8-32. And they've just stolen the march now, Launceston down at Skybus. They lead 5-6-36 to Lauderdale 3-5-23. At UTAS, it's a 5-goal margin to Clarence. Some quick thoughts, Max McGee. Max McGee?
Max McGee.
Max
Wow.
Walker.
You go.
Thanks, Dave Griggs.
Oh, I tell you what.
Harvey Moore.
Harvey Moore. Apologies to Harvey Griffiths too for those couple of muck-ups with your name, young man. Look, in a very quick summary, it's the Clarence are outnumbering them at every contest. They're spreading a lot more fluently and they're running to the right spaces. And what that does is just puts North Launceston under pressure right from the get-go. They're chasing red and white jumpers. Historically, these two clubs have had great traditional clashes. Still plenty of time for that to occur, but at the moment, Clarence, just by their strength of their forward line, it's not their on-ball brigade giving them first use of the ball, because I think Alex Lee's winning that hands down. It's just it's all about the numbers game, and at the moment, Clarence has got the numbers everywhere you look.
They really tighten up across half-back. I mean, Keegan Wiley.
Wiley took 2 or 3 intercept marks
Luke
there.
Swinton.
Baxter, Baker Smith back there as well. They're just taking in turns, taking intercept marks, and whoever gets it, if it's on the top side of the ground, they're switching it to the other side and just releasing players wherever you look.
And they're still looking dangerous up forward. They had a quiet patch at the start of that quarter, but certainly Ollie Preshaw with his 4 goals has been a dominant figure up there. Yeah,
Preshaw's been really good. He moves around, he covers the ground really well. Even Garland, he's just not sitting in the square saying, kick it to me. He's taken marks out on the 50-metre arc. We've seen him work straight up the middle and take marks at centre-half forward as well, so certainly covering lots of ground.
Okay, we'll take a break here at UTAS Stadium. The score is Clarence 9-3-57 to North Launceston 4-3-27. When we come back, we've got a special guest, John Keddy. Back in a moment.
Special, all
right. Mate. See you, mate. We've got about 90 seconds, so. Good work, Oscar. Welcome back to UTAS Stadium. My name's Dave Moore, and this is the City Park Radio team. 103.7 and 96.5. Sponsored today by Elgas for your LPG needs statewide. And the stream today, which we're simulcast with, sponsored by DALY Potato Co. Thank you for your support. We've got a special guest here in the studio at halftime, and it's none other than the ground supervisor at UTAS Stadium, Mr. John Keddy. G'day, Keds.
G'day, David. How are you, mate?
Good, mate. Look, I thought we'd get you in because we're in an interesting stage of UTAS Stadium this year, where we've got no more TSL games for North Launceston home games, except for the grand final, and maybe there might be another final. But we've got a couple of AFL games coming up. So I thought the listeners would like an insight into the situation the ground's in now at this time of the year, typically, and how you now get things ready for those big AFL games coming up.
Yeah, well, it's interesting. We've been very lucky, as you know, David, with the weather over the last 4 to 5 weeks, where we haven't had a lot of rain. We're on course for one of the record low months of rain for this year. So we've been lucky in that sense. And with an oval like this, which is a ryegrass oval, in the middle of winter, and our core temperatures are rather low, and our soil temperatures are basically at zero, getting growth out there has been really hard. So what we're trying to do is just maintain what we've got most of the time. And so the critical time of that thing with that is usually it's just timing and the luck of the draw and the luck of the weather gods.
Yes, yes. And I can see sort of scrapes down on the ground now. So how do you, I suppose it can be a bit of a cosmetic thing, but how do you make the ground look so good, you know, after there's been 2 or 3 games of footy on it a day? How do you address those sort of scrapes that are on the ground?
Yeah, so we do a lot of divoting, so a lot of sand mixing. We top dress regularly now, usually every 2 to 3 weeks, where we get a tractor and our top dressing machine and spread 3 to 5 metres of sand every fortnight to 3 weeks, depending on the situation. A lot of it's got to do with our fertility program, so the agronomy side of things is rather huge for us here. So in terms of the colour and how the ground's maintained, we are very fortunate here to be able to apply fertilisers, and whether or not that's in prill or in foliar forms, we do that, but we time that as close as we can, really, to make it presentable at the highest standard for the AFL games in the winter.
What about training load on this ground? I mean, I suppose it has to be looked after. How often do North Launceston train on here?
So North Launceston train with their seniors and their development league guys twice a week, typically on their main sessions of Wednesday and then the Thursday as well. There are times when we do have to ask them to vacate, whether or not we have had a lot of rain, or the condition of the oval is detrimental to the club's actually training, because our focus is on games for North Launceston, as well as what we have with our 5 AFL games during the year as well.
So you talk about the soil temperature and the sun this time of year. Is this the most difficult time of the year to manage the ground, that few weeks leading up to the finals? Yeah,
absolutely, David. We're unfortunate in a way that we don't have the budget capacity as what some of the other major venues do. As a regional venue, we really do exceed a lot of expectations. So with the sun being so low at this time of the year, you'd always find, and you've probably commentated some games where there's actually been frost on the ground at that northern and end in particular, where the sun just doesn't come through onto the ground. So we do have struggles there at times. Like I said, if we typically need temperatures over 10 degrees for any growth to happen on the oval as well. And when we're getting mornings of -3, 4, 5 degrees, those soil temperatures just aren't there.
So you've got Hawthorn versus the Gold Coast, in a fortnight, is it?
Yeah, 2 weeks from today, mate. We're looking forward to that game. It's been a pretty long absence of AFL here in the city, and especially after last year, where we were so lucky in a way to be able to have so many AFL games here. And then we have the Western Bulldogs a fortnight after that, but there's a lot of other football coming ahead as well.
So for that Gold Coast game, when do things really ramp up in your preparations?
So it's already started. I don't think that a lot of people out there actually realise how far in advance we do look in terms of whatever event we are having here and what we do. So like I said to you before, we have been top dressing. We have been limiting a lot of the aeration side of things the last couple of weeks because the ground had been soft. I don't know if you've noticed today that the ground is rather firm. There's been a bit of a change in the way that we've gone about things the last month or so. Also with that, we were talking about before with our fertiliser programs, we'll start doing that. So tomorrow, my day off again, we'll come in and we'll start fertilising the ground tomorrow with some liquid forms. Then we tie in a lot of our other fertiliser applications depending on the rain, and obviously there's other things. We've had fungicide issues out here as well, which we try to keep on top of, and a lot of the times it does revolve around what sort of precipitation we are getting.
Well, this is my next question. The drainage here at UTAS Stadium, what sort of rainfall can it take before it starts, the water starts to sit on top?
Yeah, well, now, at this time of year, sometimes the water can sit on top, and but the thing is, with it being a pure sand drain profile now, that we're very fortunate that does go through the profile very quickly.
Yep.
Compared to our old system where it was just basically soil based. We struggled a fair bit with that. So we are in a very fortunate position. We can get 100 mil during the day and still be able to play a game of cricket that night. So that's what why all the money was spent to begin with, and how fortunate we are here.
Speaking of cricket, so as soon as that, I think the TSL Grand Final will be the last footy here for the year.
Yeah, correct, David.
And what happens then with the cricket preparations? How quickly do things turn around?
Very, very quickly.
Yep.
We have 3 drop-in wickets that we've put in now, and we'll be staying at 3 wickets for the foreseeable future.
And where are those wickets now?
As you can see, there's a little rectangle area that probably looks a little bit off colour. So we replaced the turf there with our turf that we grow off-site at Dilston, and that we relay a couple of times a year.
How does that physically get here?
Well, what happens is that we grow it there. It's grown in a transformer, and the turf's about 40 to 50 mil thick. We cut and roll that by metre by maybe 7 to 8 metres long. We roll it up.
Okay.
Brought up in the forklift, brought on site. The big thing for us is that the wickets get transferred by crane. The wickets are cut in half. They are 19 tonnes each. So you can appreciate how difficult it is at times with maintaining the ground. When we do that, we lay a roadway across the ground. The trucks come onto the ground. There's another crane that's situated on the ground that lifts up those pieces, and we put into place, and then we sod it afterwards.
Delicate operation.
Delicate, yes. Time-consuming, yes. Labour-intensive, yes. Once that's all done, we'll start our renovations, and we'll have a 3-week to 4-week period where we top dress, oversow, fertilise, and get ready for the cricket season after that.
Now, a big highlight this year is the first domestic 50-over game here.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that?
Yeah, we are looking forward to that. It's provided us opportunities to T20 World Cup this year, where we are in a fortunate position to be able to host that. As well as our 2 traditional Big Bash games we have, and as well as the Raiders program, both men's and women's being here as well.
Okay.
And who knows what else is around the corner too. But with that, in October, it provides us with an opportunity to play cricket very early here on the stadium. And also the challenges that we do have is that our drop-ins are couch grass wickets, and they usually take a fair few months into the summertime for them to really start flourishing. So we have a little bit of a battle, but we're looking forward to 50-over cricket here, mate. I know that the north of the state will get behind it. It's now turned from a day game to a day-night game.
Great.
On that Wednesday as well, so it'll give opportunity for a lot of the public to get here and to support.
Now, one last question on the cricket. Should the opportunity arise perhaps next season, would you be ready to do a 4-day Shield game here?
Oh, absolutely.
Yep.
We were fortunate enough 5 years ago to have a second 11 game here, so we've had a taste of 4-day cricket. It didn't quite last that long, but we are prepared to do that, and we're hoping with whatever opportunities come our way that will happen. But it has been a long time since we've had first-class cricket in the 4-day format up at the north of the state, and it'd be great to have that like we used to.
You're listening to City Park Radio 103.7, 96.5. It's half-time here. It's North Launceston 4-3-27, trailing Clarence 9-3-57. Talking to the ground supervisor at UTAS Stadium, John Keddy. So, a busy time ahead. Now, I've also got you in to have a quick chat because I know you're involved with some reunions that are coming up with a couple of cricket clubs that are pretty dear to you. Would you like to mention that?
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, David. We have our, as you were inaugurally a part of as well, our St Patrick's 25-year reunion when we first formed in the NTCA, or now Cricket North, happening on October 1st. We're really looking forward to that. As some of your viewers might not be aware, we joined forces with the Westbury Shamrocks Cricket Club back in 2003. And we were aligned with them for several reasons, and one of them being that we didn't quite get into A grade at the time a few years earlier. Georgetown Cricket Club went through, and we needed a pathway for our juniors and our cricketers to keep going because we were stuck in second grade. And Westbury was struggling at the time. They had some very awesome first-class cricketers in their team at the time, but no depth, no junior base, and that's when the conversation started with them. And we can see the results now with the Westbury Shamrocks Cricket Club and where they're going. But that would not have happened if it wasn't for that amalgamation meeting years ago.
Absolutely. So that's on October the
1st at St Pat's Old Boys, back at our old home down there in the old sandpit, but not so much the sandpit anymore. And we're really looking forward looking forward to reminiscing and getting back together with a lot of good people that used to be at the club.
Fantastic, John. Look, it's great to have somebody here from the UTAS ground staff because you get so many positive comments. You must like it when you get the AFL here and Fox Footy and Channel 7 and talk about the surface. That must fill you with a bit of pride.
Oh, it does, but it's more, for me, it's on the team aspect.
Team effort, yeah.
Our team work a lot of hours. We do typically somewhere between 300 to 400 hours of overtime as well as our 40 hours per week that we normally do. And there's a lot of sacrifices that get involved in that, and a lot of people don't really understand what sort of work that we do.
Last question. A few years ago we had the surface totally relayed. It was a big project. What's the lifespan of this current surface here before that has to happen again?
Yeah, typically a lifespan of any major oval anywhere around Australia is 10 years.
Yes, okay.
So with that as well, there's variations of what we can do to the oval, depending on what it's like underneath. But if drainage is good and everything else is good underneath, well then usually it's just getting rid of that grass on top, that top layer, and we can relay the grass on top.
Fantastic. Well, John, thanks for making your time to come to UTAS Stadium today, and I hope you enjoyed the second half here.
Yeah, appreciate it, Dave Moore, and well done on 10 years so far. I think it is for you guys,
Yes.
and what you've been doing here at City Park Radio, but we're very lucky to have you guys as volunteers and supporting local sport in Tasmania.
Cheers, John. Thank you. And the umpire's back on the ground. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Dave.
That's John Kitty, the ground supervisor here at UTAS Stadium. We'll take another short break. When we come back, we'll set the scene for the second half. Welcome back to UTAS Stadium. It's half-time here, and it's Clarence 9-3-57, leading North Launceston 4-3-27. We've got Rob and Tony down on the boundary. And, boys, what's the story there at half-time?
Peter Reiner, Clarence, spoke very well at half-time, took the boys into the smaller room to have a talk about it, put a few questions to them. Mainly what his message is that we're taking everything quarter by quarter, and what's happened has happened. We still got to control our own destiny, and he wants them to be ruthless, basically. He feels that they're there. He feels they weren't there earlier in the year, and he did stress that point. He said they've let North off a few times by trying to pinpoint passes in defence in a sort of a 2 versus 2 or 3 guys flying for the same mark. So he wants a little bit more talk amongst the players. Don't take the risky one, but follow your instinct if it's there. And look a bit more for the forwards, because he feels that they're sort of really going there, but they're not really getting that good a service into the forward line. Here's Rob.
Thanks, Tony. Lockout in the North room, so I never got in to hear the coach's address, but they did spend a lot of time in their line groups, and I buzzed around and listened very carefully there. And structures are a really, really important thing in their themes. I mean, there was drawing on whiteboards and all those sorts of things, and I think I touched on it at quarter time. They talked a lot about their defensive structure, and as you could see with that Clarence forward line, they certainly didn't accomplish what they set out to achieve. So I would guess that structure would be a big, big part of what they're doing. And I think you touched on it earlier, Macca, in terms of what Clarence looks like on the ground. they're certainly very, very dangerous with their structures. So all in front of the Bombers. They're obviously missing some very important personnel, but if the Bombers are going to be a chance, they've really got to get those structures right, start to win the ball out of the centre and use it better into their forward line.
Much breeze down there, Rob?
No, not at all. When Tony and I went out before the game, it was a little gusty, but certainly nothing impacting. It's a great day for footy, probably an even better day for fishing, but we've got that in a couple of weeks.
Season opens in a couple of weeks. We'll get fishing report from Rob Sow next broadcast. Thanks, Rob.
Thanks, guys.
Macca, you've got Oscar McGee's stats there. We haven't been through those yet.
Yeah, the stats for Oscar McGee. Hit-outs at half-time, 31 to North Launceston. Clarence with 7, so dominant Alex Lee there, and the clearances are the same in terms of dominance, 10 to North Launceston and 3 to Clarence. Inside 50s, it was 21 North Launceston at half-time to 18 to Clarence. We mentioned in quarter time, Clarence took 8 marks in the first quarter inside 50. They only got 1 that quarter, but still managed to kick their 4 goals, in that second quarter. And the free kicks, not many of those, 7 to 9, Clarence's way.
Late in the last quarter at KG5, it's North Hobart 12-11-83, leading Glenorchy 5-9-39. And 1 minute into the third quarter down at Skybus Oval, it's Launceston 6-6-42, Lauderdale 3-5-23.
And the Hawks are 10-4-64, leading North Melbourne 3-5-23. And also it's comfortably leading over there at Adelaide. That's the Sydney Swans 73, Adelaide 41.
Underway in the second half, here's Matthew McGee.
Alex Lee down to Simpson, clearance to Simpson, ball comes to half forward. Avents there. This half-back line's been pretty good at Clarence. Holmes goes one way, goes the other. Comes out over the top there now to Swinton. They wax it through half-back. That's James Beerley. Half-forward. Taken out of the contest. Has to be a free kick, I think, to Green on centre wing. So Green, hard match-up. He gets across the ground pretty well. So Green, centre wing. It's going to be a down-the-field free kick against one of the half-forwards. Theo Ives ran through Swinton at half forward. So that's got to be a 50-metre penalty. So the ball's going to go from centre wing to inside 50. So the umpire's conferring here. Is it downfield? It's got to be Green's kick. Yeah, it does. It has to be Green's kick. So Green's going to kick it. The other umpire. Yep, the other umpire's I think. Kev's going to stand the mark 30 metres out from goal, slide angle. This is what Clarence need. So Clarence through Green to kick their 10th and get off to a great start in the second half. Stabs at it and misses near side. It's Sam Green. So a little bit of ill-discipline there from North Launceston. They get away with it. Fletcher Bennett finds Harper. Will Harper inside. Simpson working his way into it, going back. Here's Van Shandon. Van Shandon over the top to Fletcher Bennett. So maybe a little bit more control here. Bennett, good kick, finds Lee. He moves it well. They're going to make the most of this now. They've got it to centre of the ground. Here's Mitchell. He has space in front of him. He's told to go by Hobbs. Here's the kick. It's got to be good. 1-2 bites of Terry Pearce. Chopping of the arms, pushing the back. Either or. Free kick against James Beerley. So we're going to be right behind this kick. Pearce might be just a little bit beyond him. Going to have a look down towards the city end. Really interesting Foz half-time chat with John Keddy about the ground. And
yeah.
We're very, very lucky here in Launceston to have such a stadium that we do. Really just don't understand why we need another one in Tassie. But anyway, it's another conversation. Here's Pearce. Starts it near post. It looks good. It's real good. It's a great set shot goal. I thought it was beyond him, but Pearce had other ideas, and Nathan Pearce gets North Launceston underway.
And it was just the patience then of North Launceston. I think they had about 3 to 4 kicks inside their defensive 50 to work it out. Then the long kick to the wing to Alex Lee. Snuck a little kick over to young Lockie Mitchell. Thought he was going to run and carry it a little bit there for a moment. I think he was a bit indecisive as to whether do I take a bounce and try and kick it over the top towards the goal square. Yep. But he chose, in the end, the right decision on a good, strong lead from Pearce, which I thought was probably a little bit lucky to be paid the mark. bounced out on that second occasion, so I think he might
He
have
was
got paid
paid
in the back.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
But like you said, an exceptional finish, so well done North Launceston.
From the middle, taking it out of the ruck contest is Lee. Tries to get it to Sulzberger. Stolen away here by Borsboom. Little handball. I think that was Keegan Ryan, beg your pardon. Now it ends up with Corey Lovell. Lovell kicked a goal in the second quarter. He's going to kick deep in attack. They've got a lot of targets up there in the Ollie Preshaw direction. Who takes it?
Jesus,
Great mark. Extended the arms. Had the front position. Got to the drop of the ball, and he's taken it 25 out directly in front. You like that one, Magga?
I do, and I liked him. As I said, 17 goals for the year coming into this. He's a hard match-up. He gets up the ground. He goes back. He's got those long arms on him. He's come through that development program at Clarence. The other boy I don't mind, Foz, that he called there before, is Lovell off half-back.
Been good.
Player I haven't seen much of before.
Yep. He's worked his way into the senior team this year.
Yeah, once again, another good size. They've got lots of that sort of player, Clarence.
Preshaw for a bag. Goal number 5 coming up. Shouldn't miss, directly in front. And doesn't miss. 5 goals to Ollie Preshaw. 10 goals to Clarence. He's kicked half of their 10 now. 10-4, 64 to 5-3, 33.
And a good, strong contested mark. Whilst he was at the front of the pack, he still had 2 or 3 of them just clambering over the top of him. Just held his ground. And just a one clutch mark. There was no fumbling of it. And he's been really impressive. Anyone who kicks 5 goals at this level is impressive, and he's certainly been a shining light for their forward line, and just takes a bit of pressure off Garland as well.
Connor Leaflang stays with him, but to be honest, in the first half I thought Connor Leaflang was pretty good coming off half back, but just the defensive end, he needs some help back there. That, as you mentioned, that was a really good mark. So here's North Launceston Avant taken into tackle there by Keegan Ryan, and they're not going far, North Launceston.
I think they really missed Brad Cox good today.
Oh, look, they're doing Stingle. What's the word on Stingle, boys?
Yeah, I think he redid that thigh injury, I'm sure.
When he played for North Melbourne? Hasn't been back since, or did he come back?
Yeah, he did. I think he might have done it again.
Yeah, right. It's an ongoing issue.
2 games, I think.
It's an ongoing issue for him, isn't it? Especially someone who relies on his pace and speed, Stingle. If you've got that thigh, which is the big driver on the pace. This is a kick now from half-back James Beerley. Nice kick. They moved the ball really well. Clarence. It's Green on the outer side in front of Lee. So Green goes straight down the line. Garland. Leaflang, hands, out of bounds, Declan Chugg. North Melbourne have kicked their 4th, so they're 4-6-30. Lead, trail the Hawks 12-6-78. So they'll come home with the breeze, North Melbourne.
Looks like Mitchell and Leaflang have swapped now, Macca. Lucky Mitchell now on Ollie Preshaw. Yeah,
so he's well undersized though, isn't he, Mitchell? So look for Preshaw in the air there. Leaflang was a better size match up.
Leaflang now on his fellow Devil there in Alomes.
Yeah. Alomes started the game well. Of course, they played on each other, GYC versus St Pat's as well. Yeah, so 46 points the margin at Bellerive. North Melbourne to come home with the breeze. Here's a clearance win for North Launceston. Ives dropped one, bounced off his chest. Swinton does well. Through Lovell, off half-back. Lee at his shoelaces. Tries to don't argue. Ball goes out of bounds. Yes, Dave Moore.
We might get down to Rob if he's got the microphone handy, because you've got some news on Michael Stingle.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Just a quick update. There's some real concerns about whether he'll get back this year. You touched on it. It's not a real good injury at all. So fingers crossed he does, but that's the update from down here.
Thanks, Rob. I had a quad injury myself in 1989. It ruined my season well and truly. Missed the grand final that year.
Missed the premiership?
Yeah, no, runners-up. But
they could have done with you.
I did about 4 or 5 times.
Would you say you're the difference?
Possibly.
Which one? Your kicking leg or the other one?
Kicking leg.
How many games?
208.
And 8.
Ball up, far side. Comes down towards Simpson. Handballs over the top. Picked up nicely by Howard. Gets it back to Swinton. 32 gives it to 33. Kicks up the wing. Oh, gee, that's a good mark. Is that Garland, boys? No, it's Jared Harper. Skipper, who's taking it on the wing. So Harper. Crowded area ahead. He will go long. He's got some targets. Up in Ollie Preshaw.
Yeah,
another one.
You can't put Mitchell on him in the air. They need to go 2-on-1. Someone needs to come off their opponent, whether it be Nankervis, whether it be now Leaflang or Fletcher Bennett, third man up. Because at the moment, he's dominant, and Max Walker's got him penciled in for the 3.
The space was in front of him. The kick was beautifully weighted. And it's going to be another shot on goal for Ollie Preshaw. And this could be Cripps' play of the week here if he can kick a bag here, or a bigger bag than he's got at the moment. We're only 6 minutes into the third quarter.
Downfield free kick.
We've got downfield. Or is it...
No, it's downfield free kick.
So he may not get a chance to kick this.
It's against Dan Curvis, I think. Well, it's got to be in the square, doesn't it? If it's... Can't put him on the angle. Or is it going to be 50? It's got to be 50, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's 50.
Yeah, well umpired, thanks.
So it will be goal number 6.
Yeah, they're going to give it to him, that's good.
Going to be directly in front. Second goal of the quarter coming up to the Roos. Making a statement here at UTAS Stadium, Ollie Preshaw, that's 6. Kicks it on the top of the grandstand where the hedge used to be. And that's 11-4, 70 now, Clarence. North Launceston 5-3, 33.
It's a masterclass, Max Walker.
It is. Did we see what the resulting free was for?
No, it was something Dan Curvis, I think, right on the point post, whether he was holding on or...
Fletcher Bennett wasn't real happy with the decision, but all our eyes were on Preshaw at the time, so...
It's all happened in that goal square for North Launceston this year, hasn't it?
Yeah, and now what they've done is they've actually isolated Preshaw in the square, and Garland will get out of his way, because they know now that Lockie Mitchell's on and giving away height and strength. And there could be more goals coming, I think, Preshaw's way. He's got 6 already. What are we, 7-8 minutes gone in the third quarter. Lee, good tap down. Put the knees in. Sulzberger couldn't take it. Here's Green. I like his follow-up work, Sam Green. They worked the ball well. Got to go. North Launceston defender there.
Hay.
Dominic Hay. Simpson, centre of the ground. Inside 50, just here he comes out. Hobbs, Bennett on the deck. He breaks the 3rd. He's going to kick a goal. No, he's not. Wow. They could have done with that one like nothing else. So they get the centre clearance. Just can't put the score on the board. 13-4 Hawthorn. Lead at North Melbourne 4-7-31 down at Blunston. Kick out. Baker Smith.
Yeah, unlucky there. He quite grabbed the mark.
And the ball goes out of the 50. It's going to be a ball up. Jack Avent's putting up his hand. Surely not going in the ruck, Jack Avent. Lee's here, thankfully, for Jack. Lee over the top. Good pressure, North Launceston. By hands, Clarence Howlett. Oh, he's caught here at the moment. Good tackle. It's a really good tackle, Nathan Pearce. And another good one by Swinton. The other way. The match play there was Jack Preshaw that was taken in the tackle.
And that's where he earns his games, doesn't he, Pearce, with that relentless pressure. When the ball hits the ground, he's the first one in and under. He's the first one applying the tackle. You can see him getting up sore there, but he just never gives up. I
think he's had a great season, you know. He's kicked his goals and we've seen him win, you know, games, especially here when it's wet. He loves it there. He's tackling again, but they get the ball out here now. Clarence through Doran.
Jay Preshaw.
That's Preshaw again. He's recovered. Fletcher Bennett, good mark. Does that a lot, Fletcher Bennett. We talk about it every week. He tried to go inside. Harper couldn't take the mark. Here's Jarks, the flying Jarks. Inside 50, Garland. They're going to raffle it. It's going to be Garland or Holmes, and Garland takes it. He's got Preshaw deep. He's going to go to it. Oh, he stubbed his toe. Or did he? Yeah, he did. And Clarence can't get the goal through Borsboom, who panicked a bit. And North Launceston are going to get it out and go on the far side through Manchandon.
Manchandon goes short. Cut off though by Liam Howard. Howard probably too far out to score. He goes sideways. There's a teammate there in Wiley.
This is just where North Launceston need the experienced heads to be able to just calm them down a little bit. Like we've seen the couple of kicks there that they've panicked with, haven't they? Where they've just had that little bit more time than what they thought to do something with it.
Wiley spots up a play with a lot of space. Keegan Ryan. And he'll get 50, so the discipline is just falling down a bit at the moment for the Bombers. Keegan Ryan will go to the line. And he'll pop through goal number 12 for Clarence. Frustration now for the Bombers. There it is. He kicks it out of UTAS Stadium. That'll be on to Wembley Park somewhere, that one. Keegan Ryan kicks goal number 12. And they're right on top of this contest now. There's still frustration here. This could be another free kick if they're not careful, the Bombers. Max has got the glasses on the melee.
Oh, she's on.
It is at half back in 2 spots now.
Leaf
Up
lane.
back for North Launceston.
Someone's down on there on the
Spot
bottom.
fires everywhere.
Oh, who's that? 23. Keegan Ryan.
He's trying to pull out Declan
Oh,
Chuck.
Jarks Barwick. Look at little Jarks going. Oh, geez, I love him.
And meanwhile,
It's a free
Sharks
kick.
Barwick is getting the ball.
Yeah, look at him.
Play on. There's no one there.
What a name. What a haircut. Long sleeves. Tell you, if he was in the high level AFL, he would. Oh, hello. She's still on Baker Smith.
Yeah, still pushing and shoving, and we're going to get a follow-up goal here from Clarence.
Connor Leafling.
20 metres out.
It's 50.
Now we've got
Another
50.
50.
So it's just unravelling a bit here at the moment.
It is unravelling. It's like the
It's still got
Oh, Ben Simpson points the finger.
But meantime, Jacques Barwick, he's kicked one earlier in the day, I do believe.
They've unravelled like a group of kindergarten kids in the playground. Oh,
That's a goal.
oh hello.
And Jacques Barwick, a bit of afters there.
That's exciting.
I think we're going to go back to a normal pattern of play here after that.
No, only just.
Few minutes, there's
Only
still
just.
Pushing and shoving.
Big Baker Smith here going. Yeah, big Baker Smith and Hobbsy. Oh, dear.
13-4, 82. So all of a sudden, the margin out to 48 points. And the Bombers getting frustrated, Max.
Well, take us back to the 90s, Max. Clarence and North Launceston.
City South and North Launceston, York Park.
City
Couldn't
South.
get any better.
Well, Clarence are playing anyway. We're Clarence, North
Yeah,
Launceston.
but the colours, mate.
Oh,
the colours. Bit of northern nostalgia.
Colours. Oscar points it a little bit extra. Baker Smith. Welcome back to the TSL, Baker. Him and Tommy Bennett now go.
Well, we're back in the middle.
Oscar
The ruck
McGee, did you
contest.
put that one down?
Theo Ives now in the ruck. He wins the tap on this occasion, taken by Jack Preshaw, who's working his way nicely in this game. Lovely hand pass to Doran. Doran on the left foot, kicks inside 50. Mark over the back, not taken. Fletcher Bennett, handball smothered. Still a contest. Keegan Ryan in there tackling. It's going to be another ball up. So we've been playing 13 minutes. Might get down to the boys on the boundary soon just to get their view of things down there, but we'll wait for a stoppage outside 50 because it's deep in attack again for the Roos. Garland does the ruck work. One though by Ives. Great tap out to Sulzberger. Little fumble. Gets it back to Bennett. Over the top now to Dominic Hay. His kick is going to sail out of bounds on the full. So free kick to Clarence. Paprotny has got it. Attacking side of the wing. Looks inside. He looks backwards for a moment. Now he goes off the mark. Gets some territory. Kicks inside 50. Bennett and Ives were there. Nankervis takes it. Handball sideways to Manshandon. He gets it nicely to Harper, who takes it at half-back. He goes short here looking for Sulzberger. He takes the mark. Has a couple of outlets on the far side. One of those is Declan Chug. He can hand off now to Fletcher Bennett. He decides to go the kick instead. Waits it nicely to Griffiths. He takes it off to the races. Another inside 50 here, this time for North Launceston. Hobbs overruns it. Pearce, slight fumble, gets it. Hasn't got anyone to give it to. He does now. Hobbs to Ahern. Ahern snaps. It's a poor one. And it goes out of bounds. How do you see things down the boundary, boys?
Yeah, look, we talked at half-time about Bombers focusing on structures, and they'd be really disappointed because they haven't lived up to that part of the bargain, and Clarence have really opened them up. Tony, your thoughts?
Get to Tony in a second as we're just in attack here for North Launceston. Bennett gets a handball away to Hay. It's about to go out of bounds, is it? No, Hay takes it. It does go out of bounds now. Tony, down to you.
In the back.
Look, I agree with whatever Rob just said. The fact is that if Fletcher Bennett wasn't down back there, there'll be about another 5 or 6 goals up here. Clarence are just keeping their structures. Baxter Smith's just sort of been a little bit of aggro, but probably both those kicks were there.
Okay, we've got a free kick, as Mac has said. It's going to go to Dominic Hay, right on the boundary line. So they need to make some sort of statement here, North Launceston. This game is just about slipped away from them here. Back into this quarter. They need some goals quickly. Hay never looked like it. In fact, it's out of bounds on the full.
Launceston are up by 25 points down at Lauderdale now, Foz. Hawthorn are up by 10 goals. Great to see Jack Gunston having a good game today. He's kicked 4 after the death of his father, Ray. And when I come watch the Hawks games here, old Ray Gunston, he'd stand over on that fence over there. He'd watch his son Jack every game. He'd travel to Australia and watch his boy, and unfortunately died of a heart attack a couple of weeks ago. So Jack's first game back. Former AFL executive, Ray Gunston. Terrific bloke. The boys used to go and have a chat to him every now and then after a few bevies, Max, over there. Yeah, really good fella. So tough time for him and his family. As the game goes ahead here, good tackle by Blade Sulzberger. He's going to get the free kick.
Need those characters in footy.
Look, very good businessman, Jack Gunston. Ray Gunston, and I'll tell you, Jack's got his fingers in a few pies as well, including some good racehorses. Young Jack, and what a footballer he's been for the Hawks. After coming over from the Adelaide Crows, it was a steal to get him. North Launceston into attack here through Harvey Griffiths. Harvey Griffiths sets it up. Man Shannon won't want to fly. He'll stay down. 1, 2, 3 bites of the cherry. Good mark, Dominic Hay. Let's see what he can do now from a better angle, Dominic Hay. That was just a nice mark. Haven't been beaten very often down there, Clarence defenders today. The inside 50 marks were only 3 for the half. So that's, is that their first one for the quarter, Oscar?
Yep.
Yeah, so they've done really well. Tom Bennett himself normally averages nearly 4 marks inside 50 a game. So Dominic Hay, 8 goals the margin now. You know, to get it back to within 7, it's been a dominant display by the Southern Roos. We'll see why they're third on the ladder. Dominic Hay gets this one. And then there's a couple of afters as well. So good goal, Dominic Hay. He gets a goal in the third quarter. And the margin's now back to an even 7 goals. Maxwell.
Certainly a much needed goal, and like I said, a strong mark, juggled it a couple of times there, but got the reward. He just had a good 2 or 3 minutes, Dominic Hay, without having a great influence on the game to date, but the last 2 or 3 minutes has belonged to him, so just need a bit more effort right across the ground, North Launceston at the moment, don't they? They can chip away, hit another goal, just refrain from the silly free kicks that they've been giving away, start to get on top again. In a couple of positions and just get a bit of confidence to deliver the ball correctly.
Lee wins a tap, looking for Avent with a holding free kick. It's going to go to Jack Avent.
He held without it.
So his defensive side of the circles there. A lot of calls. Goes back to the ruckman in Lee, who marks it. He's going to hand back to Avent, who's confronted by a few defenders there for Clarence. Lovely kick sideways and finds a teammate there in Alistair Bourne. It's in a man Shandon. Now to Skipper. Skipper can launch another attack here for North Launceston. He goes along to the goal square. Pearce, he should have taken the mark. He did well to get possession. Now he might have got pushed in the back. It's shoveled out. Liam Howard gets it to Green. Gets it in turn now to Baxter Norton. Over to Paprotny, who's tackled from behind. Still a chance here for North Launceston. Bales from the boundary line. Surely not. Oh, Bales! What a kick! What a goal! Fantastic work by Bales from the boundary line. That will be in goal of the week, there is no doubt. Harry Bales, team lifter, North Launceston.
Didn't even put a little bit of check side on, just went with the left foot drop punt.
Yep, just cool as a cucumber there, and 2 very good goals in quick succession. Gets it back to 6 goals. So, the game, one thing to North Launceston credit, and we've watched it over the years, and it's just in their culture, isn't it, that they've always got that little bit of mongrel in them just to keep chipping away. Sometimes that aggression works against them, as we saw in that earlier part of the quarter where there was 2 or 3 goals in quick succession from free kicks to Clarence. But, it's certainly a game that has its ups and downs all the time when these 2 combatants meet head to head.
Lee against Preshaw. Preshaw's kicked a lazy 6. Another free kick. No. Hold the footy this time. I thought it was going to be another free kick to Avent.
Disposal.
Holmes is going to take the free kick. Avent doesn't want to give him the ball. So now Holmes gives time for the North Launceston defenders to get back. They keep their forward line open. Umpire says play on. James Holmes, former Young Player of the Year award. A few years back now, James Holmes. Oh, that's clever from Malones. Can't get it. Now Curvis goes out wide where his wingers and that should be. But it's all Clarence on that far wing. Hit up. 1, 2 bites the cherry. Keegan Ryan can't take it. Back to Harper. Going around in circles here at the moment. Clarence, they've lifted a little bit North Launceston on the back of those goals, but they can't get the footy. They're trying. Here's a mark coming up. Garland 1, 2, can't get it. Bales, the goal kicker. Declan Chugg got to hit a target. Goes short and does so to Skipper. So Skipper, front of the scoreboard here at UTAS Stadium, turns it over on the 45, and it's Swinton. So Swinton, they've kept that space in front of their leading forwards. Here's Alomes. He leads Alomes. Ahern does well.
Jack Preshaw.
Don't argue. Jack Preshaw spin. Misses. So 13-5 now. 83. Clarence. Lead North Launceston 7-4-46.
Tempo of the game's gone up in the last 3, 4, 5 minutes,
bit of
hasn't
pressure, and after a few little scraps, it's been good. Then Curvis to Bales, had a good couple of minutes. Newitt, not one of his better games. Newitt, haven't really seen a lot of him. Seen a lot of this bloke. Preshaw to Norden. Back to Wiley. Inboard, nice kick. Holmes. They're going to switch. They go a bit narrower, Max. Hit up, bang. Good work, Clarence. And good lead and good mark there to Harper.
This is a good long kick, Macca.
Righto, backing him in.
He's kicked a couple of goals of the week nominees from this very spot.
Oh,
Usually on the run, though.
Here we go.
Usually
Dave
on the run.
Moore. Let's hope his thigh's better than yours, Foz. Jared Harper goes short. Alone. Oh, he drops it. Goes back to Harper. He's on the run. Handball. Holmes. Inboard. Geez, they can't get a go at the moment. Jack Preshaw, don't argue. They keep going in and out, in and out, in and out. Oscar McGee's pen's running out of ink as they come out of 50 into 50. Holmes, chopping of the arms.
Holmes takes it on the wing. Gonna switch it now here, looking for Beerley. He's made good space inside the centre square. He has an option over here in Barwick. In fact, heavily disguised as Borsboom. Borsboom kicks towards half forward. That's a lovely way to kick. And there's that man again, Ollie Preshaw. Too far out to score though. Takes the mark, 60 out. Leads everywhere. Now he goes towards goal. Be a contested mark inside the goal square. Rising high there was Alomes. Couldn't take it. Got it again. Snap by Jacques Barwick. That's his goal number 3 for the day. Jacques Barwick, 2 in this quarter. And that's the steadier the Roos needed. They go now to 14-5-89. North Launceston 7-4-46.
And just as that ball came in there at the top of the square, I looked at it and I thought, oh, North Launceston are all over this. They seem to have outnumbered them about 4-1 in that contest. And it just bounced out the front. And we had little number 15 there, who Macca likes the hair, loves the hairdo. Jacques Barwick, bit of French about him.
It was a smart switch though, wasn't it? From the right-hand side of the ground, they had the loose man in the middle, Beerley.
They just kept doing it,
They just moved it around. That perimeter football.
To Borsboom, pumped it in there, and a goal that they shouldn't have got because the numbers clearly were in the favour of North Launceston there, but just a bit of poor defence, a bit of lack of concentration, all focusing on the 1 or 2 big guys going for the ball.
Another hit out to Lee. Holmes being good this quarter. James Holmes just winning the important contest at the moment of the Clarence Roos. Avent, twist, turns, just got the handball away. Alex Lee didn't really want to bend down but had to. He was under pressure. Comes back to man Shandon. Hasn't kicked the ball real well today. There's another. Right on cue, Dave Moore. Turnover. Launceston Blues kick away down at Lauderdale. They're 53, Lauderdale 32. It looks to be a win for the ladder leaders.
4 goals to Jake Hines in that game, Macca.
Okay.
So far.
He's had a good back end of the season after a couple of issues mid-season.
All over at KG 5-2. And a reasonably comfortable 47-point win to North Hobart.
Okay. Bennett on the lead up. He'll wheel and go. He's got big Obsy. Deep. Oh, he's got to bounce it here in a minute. He runs right to the 50. He goes long. Hobbs touched. Goal. Did that bounce on its end?
It did.
It did. Well, the ball stopped dead. I thought it was touched off the hands. The Clarence defender was backing back, and I think it's just bounced on its end and gone through for a miraculous goal. Tom Bennett, after he ran about 15.9.
Yeah, very lucky.
Kept going right in front of the umpire, but good goal. Tom Bennett.
We've seen some Dow struggles here in the games in the past, but it's been a really free-flowing, entertaining game of footy.
Yeah, it certainly has. And that kick there, just on the kick in the goal square where it bounced, good body work by Hobbs too. Just pushed, the Clarence guy was facing in front of him, so he's pushed him in the chest, which was fine to do. But as Macca called, the ball just bounced on its end and just trickled over the line in the end. It looked like it was touched because it just stopped in mid-air.
Another chance here to Jack Avent as he kicks it from the centre clearance. Here's Hobbs again. He can't pick it up. Bealey's got it, spins out, second opportunity. Bealey does get the handball away. No. Oh, it's a high tackle. So it's going to come back to James Bealey. There's all sorts of things going on there. He might have held it too long. He might have got a handball away, but he also might have got a high tackle, and that's what's going to be paid. He's got players to switch to. The Bombers have got them covered. So he goes to a short option in Brendan Hay. Oh, he's going to play on. He's gone. Yep. Great tackle there from Isaac Newitt. Hay just didn't have the sense there.
I thought North Launceston were going to play on.
He goes short, terrible kick. Simpson tries to make it come good. He lays on it.
He's gone.
He's gone, yep. He dragged it back in. Baxter Norton. Smart tackle. And he'll take a relieving free kick at half back. Oh, he plays on. Now he's tackled. Gets a handball away of sorts. Howard's got it. Little handball away for Clarence. Close to the boundary. Oh, great hands there from Lovell. And then he kicks it out of bounds on the full. Got some pressure from behind. So relieving free kick with 27 minutes in to give themselves just a sniff if they can get to 5 goals at three-quarter time. That will just give them a bit of hope. They're down by 37 points at the moment. Will Harper, time running down. I think he'll have to go long. He wheels now and he does. The top of the square. Can anyone take a mark? They can, and that's a Clarence player. And William Howard takes a saving mark back there. Gets it wide and out of Borsboo. Pursued there by Griffiths and goes out of bounds. Still an attack though for North Launceston. As the scoreboard reads 89 to 52. 27 and a half minutes gone. Seagull circling. Front position Green. Winning the tap though was Lee. Gets it to Simpson. Avant gets out of a tackle. Left foot snap. Chuck Avant is out of bounds on the full. It's the left behind post.
Inside 50s for Oscar McGee there at the moment.
Yeah, it's 11 to North Launceston, 11 to Clarence, so pretty even in that stat.
I fought back North Launceston because it was all Clarence early. North have kicked 4 goals for the quarter. Clarence have kicked 5. So even though North Launceston, they just don't seem as though they're that far out of the game. They actually haven't made up any yards this quarter. Alex Lee's been mammoth. Another hit out, but this time it goes out of bounds.
It comes back to that little patch of the 50-metre penalty goal and then the follow-up goal.
Yeah, it's just been a couple of patches, hasn't there?
Yep.
That really important 50-50 over on that wing, Max, we spoke earlier about, wasn't it? That was sort of the start of it.
Yep.
And then Shandon turnover, kick inside there a couple of times, has cost them a couple of goals. Here's Ben Shandon now. Stands up, Clarence doing well in their back line, hands. And the ball goes out of bounds. Umpire looks. Simpson asks.
Good quarter, Jack Preshaw this quarter, Mac. He's just like a well-built on-baller.
Yeah, he's
dual body.
Good, Jack Preshaw. Boundary throw in just outside the 50, city end of the ground of which North Launceston go. He lays that one down with his hand as Alex Lee. Nice inside 50, but it's only going to be Clarence, and it's a good mark from James Bealey.
And good.
And his job, Foz. Good mark. Baker Smith. They'll look to switch again. They've got it on if they want to go. If he has a look, they've got the overlap. He'll go back, and then they can run and go. No, they've done well there, Hobbs. He's actually stood in the middle, like Piggy in the middle, and he's actually stopped them from switching. Just in the right position. Comes down the line, and that's out of bounds on him. Oh, cheapers. Must have been right on the line. Harper hit the leaf flag. The ball goes out of bounds. A little bit of feeling in the game.
Looking forward to three-quarter time. If there's a little bit of movement around the ball, Macca, I could see them going on with it at the moment.
This boundary umpire's got a nice bit of business at the front, party at the back, little mullet going on. And there it is, three-quarter time as Simpson kicks it inside 50. That won't count for Oscar McGee. 30 minutes that quarter. North Launceston 8-4-52. Trail by 37 points. Clarence 14-5-89. 2 goals that quarter to Oliver Preshaw takes his tally to 6. 3 to Jarks Barwick, 2 in that quarter for him. And then singles to Holmes, Paprotny, Alomes and Lovell. And for North Launceston, it was Bennett's got 2, Pearce, Bales, Avant, Griffiths, Hobbs and Dominic Hay. The singles there for them.
Max, your thoughts to three-quarter time? Obviously, Clarence extending their lead. North Launceston fought back, but Clarence really holding sway in this contest.
They extended their lead, but not by a great deal, Dave. It was 5 goals to 4 for the quarter. So whilst it looked like that they were in total control, like they've kicked a gear or two up in the scoreboard, but it was probably more even quarter that quarter out of all three to date, I thought. And I was impressed with Baker Smith. Bennett got on the lead a couple of times, took a couple of good marks. He just holds his ground well. Looks like he's blown a fair bit when he's working up and down the ground, because Tom Bennett, we spoke about the stamina, but he's kept up with him most of the day, so he's done really well. Keegan Wiley, been really impressed with him across the back line as well. Just takes those intercept marks. Seems so composed and have a lot of time when he's got the ball. And overall, the Clarence team have played exceptionally good team football today. It's haven't had any great standouts as such, apart from Oliver Preshaw. I'll get it right the third time. With the handful plus of goals that he's kicked. And you look at the North Launceston group, they just need to find another 2 or 3 players, don't they, to build on what they've got. It's well documented. They've had probably 16 or 18 debutants this year, had similar last year, had a bit of quite a significant turnover of those middle-aged, 20, 30, 40 game players at the end of last year. Just need to get a bit of stability back in, so that gives the guys confidence that are getting games each week, that they've got some leaders on every line, whereas at the moment you've got Nankervis down the back, you've got Lee, Goodyear, Bent in the middle, Bennett and Pearce up forward, so you could argue that they do have a good spread of leaders, but it just seems to lack. It's just 1 or 2 players at the moment.
Still just very young, aren't they? Like, I think this is probably where we thought they were start of the season. To be honest, pushing maybe for the 4. They'd lost a lot, Max, and look, they've got a few Devils and a few boys from up the northwest coast, who obviously, if they can come back, but the Devils are going well, might make deep into the finals themselves. I did miss 1 goal there, Foz. 1 goal to Keegan Ryan. I missed.
Thank you.
Clarence.
We're going to take a break here on City Park Radio. It's 3/4 time. It's Clarence 14-5-89, North Launceston 8-4-52. Back in about 90 seconds.
Some gifts for the missus, or even just bits and bobs to get you through the daily grind. Come on in, we're open Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. I'm Mr. Lotto, and we've got it all. Remember, Invermain News Agency is open for you when the others aren't. Open just about all hours. Invermain News Agency, opposite UTAS Stadium, with free parking at the door. Buy it, gift it, wrap it, post it. Lovely jubbly.
A proud sponsor of City Park Radio.
Welcome back to UTAS Stadium. I'm Dave Moore with Matthew McGee, Michael Walker, Oscar McGee on the stats, and the boys on the boundary, Tony Webb and Rob Soward, who we'll hear from in a moment. Just an observation, Macca, before we get to your stats. I noticed that both Jared Harper and Colin Garland brought the Clarence boys in for a bit of a chat without the coach, just at the start of that 3/4 time break. And I also watched Colin Garland talk to the forwards here. He's almost like an assistant coach out there, isn't he?
Oh, definitely. Colin Garland, AFL experience, and even Harper, like as the captain. Yep. The Clarence coaching board have got a really good mix of youth and experience there, so they've done well this season. They probably exceeded expectations and are really pushing for that top 3. You mentioned Fair Foz that you really like them. You think they could even push the Tigers.
I think so.
From what you've seen, based on the games we've seen, of course. The hitouts, the stats for Oscar McGee today. 48-9 overall, the hitouts. Alex Lee's way has just been dominant there. Clearance is 16-5 North Launceston's way. Inside 50s North Launceston's way, 34-29 across the game, 13-11 that quarter. Marks inside 50, totally Clarence after that first quarter. So that's 13-4. It was 4-1 that quarter Clarence's way. And the free kick, 17 to Clarence, 12 to North Launceston.
Okay, both huddles have broken up. We've got Rob and Tony down there, so start with you, Tony.
Hi. Look, it's much the same as before. He just wants them to eliminate the little errors, the missed kicks, the short kicks, there should be long kicks. He also wants the defence to be more aware of where the hit-outs are going to go because Lee's dominating the ruck. He says they should be shoulder on rather than sort of a step or two in front of him because they've been put out of position for that. But overall, very happy with the way the game's going.
Thanks, Tony. From a Bombers viewpoint, can be summed up in 4 words. Take the game on. That's been the mantra through all the lines and the line coaches, but also through the agency of the coach, Brad Cox-Goodger. He wants them to take the game on, and you'd remember that patch in that third quarter when they got right back in the game when they did exactly that. The other thing that they want when they get the ball, crack in and get the ball, change the Clarence defensive shape going forward. So all in front of the Bombers guys, but certainly plenty of intent there.
Last quarter action here at UTAS Stadium. Here's Matthew McGee for City Park Radio Sport.
Round 17 action. Alex Lee taps it to himself, gets the clearance, bails. Lead up, North Launceston, they're looking for something. Bennett comes in real high on his Clarence opponent there and just gets him with the leg as he comes through.
Paprotny.
There's going to be a free kick on half-back to Oscar Paprotny. So Paprotny, he's got a lot of these names, good users of the footy. Here's Baxter Norton. Interesting to see how many he ends up having, Baxter Norton, because I've seen him have more of the footy, but maybe just not as much out in the way. That's a tunnelling free kick. It's going to go to Clarence's way. Pre-short. Yep, pre-short. Wheels and goes. Jarks Barwick puts them up, my boy. Fletcher Bennett. Tony mentioned they'd be 5 goals down if it wasn't for Fletcher Bennett. 5 more goals down. Here's Lee flank by hands. Simpson. Good to see him back, Ben Simpson. Just played outside today. No inside work, no centre clearance work. Baker Smith, Luke Swinton.
He's been good too.
Yeah, they've just got these names, don't they, boys, that have just come through their system. Just keep getting better every week. Good hit up to Harper. Jared Harper, right in the centre square. Van Shannon stands the mark. Taking their time here now, Keegan Ryan. You imagine Clarence will just they won't want to take the game on as much in case they get scored the other way. They'll be pretty slow early just to take a few minutes off the clock to make it near impossible for a North Launceston comeback. And that was good, pre-short. Jack. Holmes, in fact. Oh, that's a nice kick, James Holmes. And finds the goal kicker in Oliver pre-short. Tucked away in the pocket this time. In front of where they come out there, the Clarence Roos, one of their rooms. Well, he's kicked 6, 3 in the second quarter, 2 in the third and 1 in the first. Also spent some time on ball as sort of a backup ruckman. He's got long limbs on him, hasn't he? Goes the check side, misses near side. So behind, Clarence move along to 14.690. Commanding leaders over North Launceston 8.452. Listen to City Park Radio, 103.7, 96.5 here on City Park Sport. And down at Bellerive, it's Hawthorn 17.7, 109, lead North Melbourne 6.844. And over on the other game, it's 23 points, Sydney. So Adelaide fought back a little bit there. Dave
Clarence have possession at half forward through Swinton. Kicks it out towards Harper. Not a great kick. It'll spill out of bounds. Just in the build-up to that shot from Ollie Preshaw. Great skills from Keegan Wiley there. He had to spot up James Holmes. He was in a sea of North Launceston defenders. He managed to do it. So he's a great by foot is Keegan Wiley. The siren over there at Invermay Park. Boundary throw in. Shallow one. Little kick by Jacques Barwick forward. Holmes claims the mark and paid the mark. And Corey Nankervis said, I got a hand on that first up. And I'll tell you what, he may well have done so. But the umpire ain't changing his mind. And Bryce Holmes, the number 26, is going to be going for his second goal. He was lively early. He's faded out a little bit. But he's one of those Clarence forwards that can pop up. And this is for the first goal of the last quarter. And they're 15th for Clarence. He's 15 out. Slide angle. Bryce Holmes kicks the first goal of the last quarter for Clarence. 15-6, 96. North Launceston 8-4-52. Max Walker.
Yeah, I wasn't quite sure about the mark myself as well, Foz, but the umpires paid. He was in a better position than what you and I will ever be sitting up here, and just the build-up to that, as you called as well. Keegan Wiley had a couple of really important possessions. One where he just sidestepped and hit up the first one, and then the second one where he just cool under pressure, just a longer ball, switching the ball over to the far flank, and that's where that ball came in. So just again set up from there, just their structure and their composure. He didn't panic, just sort of strolled around the North Launceston defender as if he wasn't there.
Lee wins that out. Shark there by Baxter Norton, dispossessed, taken by Blade Sulzberger. Going to be a secondary ball up. So a big win coming up, as Macca said, down at Blunston Arena.
Yeah, Hawthorn 115, North Melbourne 44. Jager O'Meara just kicked one of the goals of the day then. 3 or 4 bounces.
Up it goes again. Sam Green wins it out. Gets distance with it, but taken by Harper. Back to Manchandon.
Pruitt called him for throw.
Yeah, right. The umpire was not the closer one, I don't think. It was one further away, but he's paid the free kick, Macca.
Launceston 28 points up down at Lauderdale now.
Should be comfortable early in the last quarter. Here's Borsboom now. Kicks it up here towards Garland. Nearly takes the one-hander mark. Allows for his second goal of the quarter. Probably had more time than he thought. And goes away to the left, one behind. 15-7, 97. Margin out now to 45 points.
Oh, some handy spinners too in the cricket season, Bryce Alomes. A-grade cricketer in Hobart, Maxie.
Is he?
Yeah, my word. Nice, tall, high action.
Ball up. Still at half 40 for Clarence. Mid-air kick from Garland. Gets it to Harper.
Speaking of cricket, Lindisfarne Cricket Club down there.
Yes.
Just believe they're in a little bit of trouble. You know, just struggling with their numbers.
Okay.
Scoop there from Max Walker.
It's only July.
Well,
let's be honest.
I've got it from the Duck, and the Duck knows everything there is to know about
Duckworth.
It's Nathan Bester.
Nathan Bester.
Yes.
He's probably filming the Bracknell game there somewhere today. Here we go now with Blade Sulzberger. Kicks it up towards the wing. Front position was Bennett, off hands. A bit gloomy here, so binoculars time. And we've got a free kick. I reckon it's a push in the back going back here to North Launceston.
Got life membership this year of the Westwood Cricket Club, Nathan Bester.
He did. Just Foz Bracknell got the bye this week, so he wouldn't
Have they?
he wouldn't have been filmed.
Does some Pats games sometimes, so maybe. Oh, they've got a bye too, so.
He got the day off?
Yeah, he might have the day off. Is Jack Avent. He might be watching. G'day, Ducky. So it's a kick inside the centre square taken by Harper. That's Will Harper for North Launceston. Short now to Manchandon. Defensive side of the centre square.
Manchandon.
Best kick all day for Will.
Goes wide. Alex Lee finds space. Doesn't find a real lot of it, Alex Lee. Does a lot of ruck work and not too many possessions around the ground. Goes inside 50 and Pearce, has it been barreled into the fence over there, Nathan Pearce?
City Park Radio next week. We're at the Elfin Sports Centre. Tornadoes versus the Waverley Falcons. Big game, Macca.
Okay. No footy next week.
No footy, not for a couple of weeks. We're back at the Windsor Park in a few weeks for the Launceston versus
You'll be
Tigers
here for
game.
the Hawks Suns game, Fozzle. A couple of weeks, my word, you will. We'll get you over on the hill. You'd love it. Here's a boundary throw in, ball up, going to eventuate, and does. So, Hawthorn with a good win today, 65 points up at the moment. Gold Coast Suns with a massive clash this weekend against the Brisbane Lions, the Q clash as they call it. Bit of rain up there again, Foz, up southeast Queensland. Sydney races called off today.
Yeah, dear.
You said your daughter's at Splendour in the Grass,
Yep,
the music
Byron
festival
Bay.
at Byron Bay.
He's
Been wearing waders rather than in concert gear. Good kick out there. And Clarence take the mark on centre wing.
Ollie Preshaw, he's drifted up.
Yeah, he does so.
Keegan Ryan takes it on the wing. Max says get it moving quickly. He does so. Up here towards Garland, who doesn't take the mark. Bounces off his chest. Scooped up, mopped up here by Leaf Lang, who gets it towards Manchandon. He kicks towards half forward. Punched away from Lee. James Holmes with the recovery. Has trouble picking it up. He does eventually. Handballs backwards. So back there to Swinton, who finds Keegan Wiley. Left half back. Settles things down. Have to rush things at the moment, and he finds a target out there on Green on the wing. Sam Green kicks towards half forward in the Garland direction. He gets off his chest a second time. Keegan Ryan though with the handball. Gets it back to Norton. Back to Keegan Ryan in a phone box. He has to get the kick away. Now Fletcher Bennett. Handballs to Nankervis. In turn there to Bourne, who kicks it out of bounds on the full, or a mark taken.
It's offhand, so he's
Paprotny.
actually ran out of Brown.
Okay.
It's offhand, so he's actually taken it, ran out of bounds now. That's going to be a boundary throw in. Now, we've spoken about the new Dave Moore today. New haircut, new kit, new shoes. Foz, little birdie told me you might have been in the media this week, in the print media.
Yep. Just keep an eye on the Examiner midweek, folks.
Midweek, folks. A little bit of me time for Dave Moore. Inside 50, Clarence. We'll get back to that, and it goes out of bounds. Yeah, what have you been doing, Foz? A little bit of me, I time.
No, it's all about the team, but someone had
The team?
someone had to represent.
Oh, someone had to represent. Max?
He lost our number just for our
I was going to say, we've all got our numbers, but I look forward to it. Many photos.
I gave you a mention.
Many photos.
No comment.
No comment. No comment.
That's what he got the new gear
Ball goes
for.
out of bounds again. I love this because the ball keeps going out of bounds, and so there's nothing else for us to talk about. Got new kit, new haircut. Tell you what, he's been on holidays. He loves it. What are we thinking? Wednesday midweek?
Possibly.
Double page spread, I'm hearing. Is this correct?
Keep an eye out.
Double pager. Oh boy. Oh, I'm going to count the amount of eyes and knees in it. I'll tell you what. Similar to Dermot Burton, I'm hearing. Anyway, not much happening here in the forward pocket for our listeners. Our viewers can see it. It's pretty ugly at the moment. Here's a nice mark. A good mark, Clarence. And the ball comes down to James Holmes. He had a really good second half, James Holmes in particular. And came into the side, a few years back as a the long hair, played a lot of back pocket football in that year. I think he won the young medal, the Matthew Richardson medal, Foz.
Yep.
Yeah, now 20 metres out, 30, maybe 25 when he kicks it. And Clarence, they're going to go back up the back down the highway. And this will be the third time this season they've defeated North Launceston. And there's a goal to Clarence and a goal to Holmes. He's second. And this one's over, Max Walker.
It is. If you ever needed one to say the game is over, that one there was the one that counts, Macca.
It's been an even performance from the Roos, hasn't it? They haven't had many passengers today. A lot of players have contributed.
Oh, look, it'd be very difficult to find a player that hasn't contributed in some way, whether they've been down forward, like they've had, how many goal kickers they had now? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or 8 goal kickers, which is a good even spread when you consider that one of those has kicked 6, so it could have easily been more goal kickers. Their backline's been strong. An interesting stat at three-quarter time from Oscar was the inside 50s was led by North to that date, which is bizarre considering what the score was at three-quarter time.
Now, when we get a chance at a stoppage, there's some news down on the boundary back, Colin Garland, but we'll just wait for the next stoppage. It's back in the middle. Kick comes towards half forward. Mark taken there by Jack Preshaw. Pretty good on ball today. He cruises off on the left foot, kicks deep. Sam Green's over the back lurking, but the mark in front. And I think that's Jacques Barwick. He's kicked a couple today.
3.
3, in fact. We'll wait for this shot on goal, and we've got a bit of news on the boundary about Colin Garland from Tony. All the Clarence supporters there. Eager to hear that. So, 45-degree angle, 35 out. Margin is now 50 points. We've still got probably 15 minutes of playing time left. So, chance here for Clarence to extend that lead with Barwick. Kicks it high, it's across the face, might not even make the distance. Out of bounds on the full. Tony, what do you got for us down there?
Hello. Look, Colin Garland just came off a few minutes ago. Had a bit of a knock to the knee in that earlier forward play. He's just sitting off though, just doing a little bit of the icing at the moment. They haven't said anything, but I suspect there's not much point in going back on, but he probably will. We'll see what happens. Okay,
so a bit of ice on the knee there for Colin Garland. Keep an eye on that one. There's Ahern, can't take the mark. Off hands. Quick kick inside 50 here for the Roos. Clears Hay, ends up with Leaf Lang. He handballs sideways now towards Declan Chugg. Back to Alistair Bourne. Kicking up the wing. Nicely presenting there is Theo Ives.
Quiet day by Ives.
Yep. He gets it to Skipper. Boy from Scotch Oakburn. Moves the ball nicely to a player who's got a lot of space. That's Jack Avent. He now handballs off to Simpson. Simpson inside 50. Chance here, North Launceston. Over the back, it's Newitt. Can't quite pick it up. And the Clarence defence closes it out and pushes it out of bounds. Now we've got a player down.
If John Keddy's still around, he might like to flick the lights on
Yeah,
for
it's
the
got a
last
bit
10
gloomy.
minutes or so.
Harry
Very
Bales
good.
has gone down there. He's getting up limping. Been a good player this season, Harry Bales. Great goal in the previous quarter. Now it's taken by Al Holmes, who just clears the area quickly. Straight down the throat of the big ruckman in Lee. He kicks towards the goal square. Bennett front position, thumped away by Baker Smith. Bennett said he was being held over the shoulder.
Yeah, I think you got to pull just a tug on the jumper there as well on Bennett. He was probably unlucky not to get the free kick, but umpire was just obscured by a pack of 2 or 3 in front of him as well.
The only throw in, it's Ives and Sam Green. Ives wins a tap. Straight down to Wiley. Long kick out of defensive 50. Contest on the right-way wing now. Taking his Jack Preshaw. Releases it. Declan Chug fights his way through. Now to Nan Kermis. Little kick forward. Bombers. Here's Sulzberger. Snaps for goal. Blade Sulzberger, and he's kicked it. So a consolation there for North Launceston. Good work from Blade Sulzberger. His first of the day. 9-5-59. Clarence 16-7-103. Margin 44.
Yep, good finish there under pressure. Left footer was on the right side for his left foot kick, and just one of the very few forward thrusts that Blade Sulzberger has been involved in. He hasn't been a big goal kicker in the games that we've seen him play over the last season and a bit, but as an on-baller, you'd want to see a few more goals from him. So hopefully gets on the end of that one and builds a bit of momentum for the remainder of the season for himself and his team.
Launceston are 39 up over Lauderdale, and North Melbourne have got the margin back under 60 with 3.5 minutes to go at Belrive. A little bit of respectability. This is a centre clearance off the deck kick from Avent, and it finds Tommy Bennett. Avent was clever. He just hacked it forward on his left foot after another dominant hit out from Alex Lee, where he just punched it towards the square.
Of course, percentage is really important in this battle for that 4th spot now.
Yeah, North Launceston percentage about 104% going into today. Clarence's was 115. So North Launceston need every goal they can get. Bennett chips and doesn't really kick it great. Yes, Maxwell?
3/4 time out at the Longford Tigers. They're playing the Rachel Lee Tigers. 8-9-57. Longford, Rachel Lee 5-3-33. So I think that's about 1v4. Rachel Lee's on top at the moment.
You talk about a close competition. That NTFA, well, they call it the Premier League. Gee whiz, like it was Hillwood early doors, wasn't it? They were like 7-1 or 8-1, and
Georgetown
are thereabouts. South Launceston have to keep winning, and they beat Hillwood last week. South Launceston, they were playing Scottsdale today, who were very much fighting for that spot as well. So really close competition, that NTFA.
Now he's made a free kick.
Silly free kick.
Bit of frustration for
Simpson.
Ben Simpson, I think. He's just
not a lot in it.
Expressed that a couple of times today, his frustration.
Now they bring it back.
There's Brendan Hay down there, and he's gone down with cramp. He kicked it into the man of the mark.
What about that poor cramp your boy from Richmond had last night? What a rort that was. That sub rule last night. You take your big defender off, you try and get Rioli on. Tell you what's created some headlines this morning, the Tigers, in that.
Doctor's report will show that he was injured.
Full body cramp, they reckon.
Yeah.
Jeez, just at the right time.
Yep.
Or the wrong time.
And he had sore groin as well. So.
Honestly, just let him make a sub. Yeah. Just let him play a 23rd man, because I don't reckon there's been many players this year, apart from concussion, which is important, to really have it. Down the line, Clarence, this game's gone well and truly, 43 points.
Just talking about that percentage now. It really is a battle now between North Launceston and Lauderdale for that 4th spot. I'd say Clarence now pretty much guaranteed that 3rd spot. Yeah.
They'll
be 8 points clear now.
They're well behind the Tigers, though.
Yes, they are.
Second and so Launceston first, Tigers second, Clarence third.
Now it's a fight, both on 28 points.
Okay.
And that's where percentage I think it'll come down to.
Well, North Launceston have to go to the Tigers next week and play Kingston. So tough game there, and also Clarence go on and play North Hobart at Belrive, which you'd expect to be a Clarence win at home. Here's a free kick inside 50. North Launceston looking for Newitt. Can't take it on the second grab. Good tackle through Keegan Ryan.
Of course, that means in the first week of the finals, Clarence will host that final
at Belrive,
against Lauderdale or North Launceston. So it's a big advantage as well.
The North Launceston have to play Lauderdale again.
You have a look at that, and I'll take over Macca as Lee gets it only as far as Keegan Ryan, or Liam Howard it was. Getting dark here now. Preshaw Strong play, but gives it up now to Manchandon. Handball sideways to Simpson. Back here towards Manchandon. Clears him. Taken nicely by Bennett. Funny old kick, chaos ball. Taken though there by Swinton. He kicks it out of defence here towards James Holmes. And the game just sort of losing a bit of intensity here. It's a 43-point margin this quarter. 2 goals to Clarence and 1 to North Launceston. It's a boundary throw in on the far side. Up it goes. Green wins a tap. Shark nicely there by Simpson. First game back, done pretty well. Kicks inside 50. Spills to Bennett. Over the top here to Lee. He takes it, the big fella. And Alex Lee kicks a goal for North Launceston. That's their 10th. That's 2 goals apiece now in this last quarter. They're fighting it out, the Bombers. As we said, they need to. That's 10-6, 66 to 16-7, 103. And inside 50s this quarter, thanks Oscar. That's 9 to North Launceston, 7 to Clarence. So they're doing okay in this last quarter, Max.
Yeah, they are, and really pleasing to see Alex Lee get on the end of that one. He's worked tirelessly all day. Having a bit of a rest in the goal square now, but yeah, not a big goal kicker, but on that occasion got the easy one over the top and ran his full 3 or 4 metres and kicked it over the line. So well done, Alex.
Have a look coming home, Foz. Lauderdale played 2 teams below them on the ladder. You'd expect them to get 2 wins, and North Launceston are the same.
Yeah,
so unless they can upset someone along the way, you're going to be right. Percentage will come into it.
They don't play each other either.
No, they don't play each other.
3 times now, yep. So kick now towards half forward. Off hands of Doran. Chance here for the Roos if they can pick it up. Declan Chugg did pretty well though. Shovels it out. Plenty of Roos there. Out it comes. Taken there by Bourne. Kicks towards the wing, and that man, Ollie Preshaw, has taken the mark. Drifted up the ground. Back now here towards Harper. Harper kicks towards the boundary line. Too much heat on it. Goes out of bounds on the full. I think that was Keegan Wiley. It's still a bit hard to tell apart sometimes.
They're all very, very similar, these Clarence boys, with similar height, similar hair. You don't get Jarks Barwick mixed up.
Fletcher Bennett, back pocket. 21 minutes gone. Set now to Leaf Lang in defensive goal square. Short option to Manchandon. He goes further here towards Newitt. Intercepted by Hay, but Newitt takes it off hands. Works out okay. Finds Fletcher Bennett. Handball over the top to Newitt in space. Creative. Takes a bounce in close quarters. Over the top to Ives. Has to get on his bike quickly. Just gets the kick away in time. He's going to cough up here. And Luke Swinton, as he's done all day, strong across half back. Short to Baxter Norton. Norton gets it to Barwick. Barwick takes off. Kicks inside 50. As a target in Allomes. Clears him. Taken there by Fletcher Bennett, who will relieve for the Bombers.
Fletcher Bennett, once again, been one of North Launceston's better players across the 4 quarters. Declan Chugg, awkward kick that finds the right player in the red and black. Griffiths, was it? Connor Leaf Lang, not a great kick. They've got a few of them in the back line there. North Launceston, just awkward kicking styles. Manchandon tries to put the pressure on. Howard, that's Liam Howard. Goes again, Manchandon's given away the free kick though, one coming past. Another free kick to the little fella and Brendan Hay. He goes backwards, back inside 50. That's a reverse inside 50 for Oscar McGee. Finds Luke Swinton. He's getting dark, Fozzle. Goes far side.
Wiley.
Get up. Clarence far side again. Let's move the ball well. They do that well today. This is Paprotny. He's got Jack Preshaw inboard. Finds him. Baxter Norton right on the top of the 50. He'll turn and go left foot. Be good. And a good mark from Harper. Jared Harper.
Great possession footy from the Roos there.
Just move the ball well. They get that umbrella kick around. They go right around the other side. Back inside. There's a really nice kick back inside to the centre square there. And then good use at the end by Baxter Norton. All over at Bellreeve. 19-7-1-21 Hawthorn. Defeat North Melbourne 11-9-75. So good win to the Hawks. And all over at Lauderdale as this one sails through. So good goal, Jared Harper. His first for the day. And Clarence's, 17th goal? 17-7-109, Clarence. North Launceston 10-6-66. I was about to say all over at Lauderdale, 85 the Blues, 46 to the Lauderdale Bombers.
Jake Hines, I think, has kicked 5. Macca, Jake Smith 3.
Yep.
Sam Tickens 2 for Lauderdale.
Right.
So it's an era where we get a lot of games where there's a lot of points scored compared to goals. Pretty accurate kicking today. 17-7 and 10-6.
Very good.
So 24 minutes gone in the dying moments of this game. Clarence have been pretty dominant all day. Got out to a lead at quarter time and have never been headed since then. Now it comes to Ives, but it's sharked here by Jack Preshaw. Takes it away towards half forward. One-on-one contest. Close to the boundary line. Olomes picks it up now, gets tackled, releases it. But illegally, says the umpire. Good pressure there from Lockie Mitchell. Lockie Mitchell coughs it straight up. Lovell. Inside 50. One-on-one, Jacques Barwick takes it. I've seen him play quite a bit of footy, Jacques Barwick, with North Hobart and Clarence, but I don't think I've seen him play better than this. He's been fantastic today.
He's been busy, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Busy everywhere. Just up the ground, back forward. Doing a good job.
Sam Green just a bit proppy.
Oh,
Clarence trainer put his hand up. And
Hamstring.
yeah,
Armstrong.
yeah, that's a big blow late in this game as Jacques Barwick delivers another blow by missing the goal. So this is a big moment in Clarence's season. As I said, that's probably a good thing. They've probably got that third place locked up now, but he's looking very proppy. We'll get the boys onto that one. With just probably 90 seconds or a couple minutes to go in this game. Ahern kicks it out of full back, looking for Ives. Pressure from behind from Preshaw. And pressure was illegal, said the umpire. Ives will take the free kick. So a couple of bit injury concerns coming out of this game. Colin Garland icing a knee, and now Sam Green.
I reckon Garland might just be precautionary.
Possibly,
the old fella. But Sulzberger finds Chug through the centre. Not a great kick as it finds Luke Swinton. Been very solid down back, Luke Swinton. Some intercepts. Swinton. Been pretty even, Clarence, though, haven't they? Like, obviously, Preshaw's kicked the 6. Good luck giving the votes, Maxwell. Because, raffle it, I reckon. They've had some really good contributors, even contributors. Clarence really settled, really structured, Clarence. Like, look at the way they've structured around this defensive go again. Kick the ball well. This time they find Preshaw, the goal kicker. Goes by hand off half back. Hit up. They're not going to turn the lights on. Not going to make it very easy. I'll get the binoculars out and really struggle to find it. Might be Proprotny. Inside 50. Get it on the bottom. Kick it, goal. Clarence. Misses far side.
Baxter Norton. No, Liam Howard.
Yeah, I was going to say it wasn't Baxter Norton. It was too big for Baxter Norton. Liam Howard. Haven't seen a real lot of today. Here's Chug off half back again. Chug. Good run. Goes by hand to Lee. In North's best, no doubt.
Why would you, though? Why would you handball to a standstill ruckman?
Because he's a better kick than Declan Chug. He is. Declan Chug could not have made that kick.
We didn't have to, because he went backwards. He couldn't kick it backwards when he was running forwards.
Kick it sideways. It did well, man. Shandon. Here's Skipper on the left. Awkward. It looks okay. It is. It sneaks in. Charlie Skipper gets a little consolation one at the end of the game as the clock ticks over 28 minutes.
Great play by Chug and Lee combining on the wing, setting that goal up there.
It was Lee's effort to go inboard the big ruckman, the man Shandon, who opened the game up. Now look, Declan Chug, not a great kicker of the ball. He isn't. He's a great runner. He's competitive, but he's awkward off half back. And he gave it to the ruckman who took it on inboard. So 11-6-72 North Launceston with that goal. Clarence 17-9-1-1-1.
And in every one of these late goals, you just don't know how valuable it might be on the run home.
Fozzie loves his mathematics.
No, it's going to be
great.
You're
right.
So back in the middle, last stanza of play.
So you're not here for the rest of the year at this ground. This is their last home game, North Launceston.
Yes, correct.
How many games back out at Windsor?
Just the one.
Okay.
So taking it from the middle there is Jackie Avent towards full forward. Lee's in there. Nice chop out thump by, I think that was Swinton once again, it was, out of bounds. And there it is. All over here at UTAS Stadium, and Clarence 17-9, 111. They've defeated North Launceston this afternoon 11-6, 72. So in that last quarter, 3 goals, 3 to North Launceston, 3 goals, 4 to Clarence. So pretty even last quarter here at UTAS Stadium. Mac of the goal kickers.
I'm just going to count them up, Foz, to make sure I
Okay,
haven't missed
that's right.
2, 3, 6.
So we're just...
16, 17. Yeah, righto. Just had to make sure. So Preshaw got 6, didn't kick any in that quarter. Oliver Preshaw. So 6 for him, 3 for Barwick, 2 for Holmes, 2 for Bryce Alones, singles to Harper, Paprotny, Keegan Ryan and Corey Lovell. And for North Launceston, it was 2 to Tom Bennett, and then singles to Pearce, Bales, Avent, Sulzberger, Harvey Griffiths, Alex Lee, Skipper got the last, Harry Hobbs early, and Dominic Hay.
Okay, so full time here. It's a 39-point win in the end to Clarence. And as we've said during the call, it probably wraps up third place, pending some sort of disaster or unexpected results. I'll probably get that home final, which will be really valuable in that first week. Got Tony out there. He's going to grab someone for an interview in just a moment. City Park Radio Sport next week will be at Elfin Sports Centre for the Tawns versus the Waverley Falcons from 5:45. So tune in for that one. So I'll get the stats in a moment. It's being counted up. And the players shaking hands. The game did have its moments in that third quarter. But, at the end of the game, players showing good sportsmanship. And we've got Tony down there, and I think he's got Ollie Preshaw with him. Over to you, Tony.
Thanks. Hi, Ollie. Thanks very much for joining us on City Park Radio. I don't listen to the other guys. They're just getting on a bit jealous, I guess. Look, a really great game for the team anyway. Really good team effort, I thought.
Yeah, we've put a lot of emphasis on winning these last 2 games. Lord Dale and North Lonnie have, gave us a good fight in the past, and these last couple of weeks have really shaped our future and going forward in the final. So we're just really happy to come up here and get the job done.
Yeah, and the coach said pre-game, it's quarter by quarter. You've just to be really try and dominate each quarter as they come.
Yeah, exactly right. You can't. We've found in the past probably started a bit poorly and focusing on the broader aspect rather than just taking each thing as it comes. So yeah, quarter by quarter, we went into this game just focusing on getting the first quarter done, then the second, and just rolling with each one.
Yeah. Now, for your own personal game, I think you went into the game on 14 goals. You've gone up to 6 goals, 6-1 today, particularly early. But you seem to be up the ground a fair bit too. What was your role?
Just Sam Green's been a bit sick throughout the week, so just trying to chop in through the ruck and then obviously play my role forward. So yeah, hitting up the ground, getting back, just trying to play my role. Yeah.
In one way, you'll be hoping that he gets a lot better, but getting 6 goals being a backup ruckman is not bad.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm never complaining about that, but wish Sam all the best and hope he recovers well because he's not good at the moment.
Yeah. Look, other results went your way today. Launceston beat Lauderdale, so you guys will make finals, I dare say. I know it's mathematically possible to miss, but it's not going to happen. I guess you're gearing up now, looking towards that, getting your game plan ready for the finals.
Yeah, definitely looking forward. Kingborough and Launceston are the 2 teams to beat at the moment, as well as North Lonnie and Lauderdale. Depends who we play in the finals, but yeah, we're just really looking forward to cracking in and hopefully making the most out of what's left of the season, and come finals we'll put our best foot forward.
Great, well, good luck. I suspect we'll probably see you up here in Launceston at some stage in the future. Thanks for talking to us on City Park Radio, and good luck for the rest of the year.
All right, thank you very much.
That's Ollie Preshaw down there with a magnificent 6 goals today. It's our best in the ground performance. We'll get Max's verdict at the moment, but certainly a player that really set this victory up. 5 out of the first 10 for Clarence, and was a really influential player on the ground, taking great marks and converting some really quality goals. So, first of all, Macca, the stats there, thanks to young Oscar McGee. He's done a great job filling in for the great Dave Gruber today.
Fill in.
Oh, well.
I thought we were going the youth policy from now on.
Well,
Don't tell Groves that. I think Oscar's he's happy to do it. And actually, he wasn't happy to do it. We bribed him. We want to know what he was going to get paid. Might be a couple of dim sims from across the road on the way home.
Don't tell Mum.
Anyway, off to the stats. North Launceston, through Alex Lee, dominant in the ruck, 58-10 the hit-outs in the game. The clearances were North Launceston's way, 4-1 really, and they dominated around the footy, mainly because Alex Lee cleared the space, I think, and got on the Avent and Simpson on the outside.
Just allowed them to run rather than having to shovel a handball out.
They won the inside 50s as well, North Launceston, 47-41. Just didn't have it. The Clarence backline were just too good defensively with those inside 50s. The Marks inside 50 was the telltale for me. They just had so many options up forward, Clarence. 19-5, the Marks inside 50. With the likes of Garland, Preshaw, Harper was good there as well. Jarks Barwick up forward. And the free kicks, 24-15 Clarence's way. But I'd say the umpires had a pretty good game with a few spiteful moments, a few little afters, but quite well umpired.
Max, your better players and your 3, 2 and 1.
Thanks, Dave. Yeah, and I think likewise, Mac, it was well umpired. Bit of spite a couple of times, but nothing too serious in it all. Just a bit of push and shove and a good old jumper punch, which is pretty harmless. For North Launceston, just going down their list, their better players. Thought Fletcher Bennett tried his heart out all day. Will Harper in patches drifted in and out of the game, but got a fair bit of the ball. Jack Avent that you just spoke about, getting onto the end of those large centre clearances from Alex Lee. He played well. Corey Nankervis had a good duel with Garland. Garland ended up kicking none for the day. So, he held him well.
He did take 3 marks inside 50 in that first quarter.
He did, yeah, and he set 2 or 3 goals up as well.
Yeah, you're right. Nankervis is a quality defender.
Absolutely. Harvey Griffiths sort of flashed in and out a little bit, which I think North Launceston had too many players who sort of went hot for 3 or 4 minutes, 5 minutes a quarter, and then went cold for the rest of it. Harrison Hobbs in the first half, I think it was, got lots of the ball, probably ran out a bit of puff. I think that's about his 2nd or 3rd game for the year, isn't it, Dave, that we've called with him? Yep. Will Manchandon, the little big man, he just never gives up. Got great skills. His kicking let him down a little bit today, but that'll keep getting better the more games he gets in him. For Clarence, thought Baker Smith played well in the back line. Baxter Norton got heaps of it. Sam Green in the ruck was valiant, even though Alex Lee was got the better of him and everyone else who came up against him. Jared Harper, their captain in the second half, kicked a goal in the last quarter, but I thought his leadership and the way he played the second half was outstanding. Jarks Barwick, Macca's man with 3 goals, played well. Bryce Alholmes did really well as well. So the 3, 2 and 1 for the day. A bit of a darkie for the 1, which... I thought Kieran Wiley in the back line just controlled it for Clarence, just didn't seem under pressure at all at any stage during the day, composed, didn't waste the opportunities that he had, and on 2 or 3 occasions just set up the play for the rest of it. Thought Alex Lee in the ruck, couldn't go past him, certainly by far the best North Launceston player, and I'm glad he snuck forward, had a bit of a spell in that last quarter and kicked a goal. Tireless knockouts all day, trying to do the best for his team. And always love seeing a key forward kick a handful or more, and that belonged to Oliver Preshaw today with his 6 goals, 1 in the first, 3 in the second, 2 in the third. Had a bit of a quieter game in the last quarter, but he still hit up, took a couple of marks, drifted into the ruck as he spoke to Tony about in the after-game conversation, but 3 votes to Oliver Preshaw.
Thanks very much there to Max Walker. 3 to Preshaw, 2 to Lee, and 1 to Keegan Wiley. Mac, impressed with Clarence?
Yeah, look, I am. I'm
haven't seen them up this year?
No, I saw them up here earlier on, didn't they, when they beat North Launceston. We didn't really know then how good they could be. But no, really good use of the footy. They're very well settled down back. Obviously, they're key men in the ruck, and that's going to hurt them, I think. They've got Cam Owen back, maybe, come finals time, depending on how the Devils go. They do have a young man in the... experienced player Wade Wall in the seconds who's played with senior footy, so he might come in. I just think you couldn't go into a final. Depends. Sam Green follows up really well.